Alright, man.
Big weed.
Dear Bella Flair, man, you know what it is. Y'all see who with us, man.
Hustler of the year.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
my boy.
Jew back one more time, man. Y'all see, man, we got a member missing today.
Oh yeah, my boy. He out right now. You know, he doing things.
And we all be working and shit. You feel me? We still gotta keep the show rolling, man. Get this
Facts.
content to y'all by any means. But it's cracking with y'all, man.
Man, my boy, what up, man? I'm chilling.
Man, chilling.
A good day.
Up to, man. How was y'all week, man? Y'all past week?
Kicked it. Got some
man.
stuff done.
Yes, sir.
Breaking new grounds, you feel me?
Breaking those grounds, yeah. My boy doing it up. He probably don't want to get into it on camera, but you feel me? My boy doing it up. Doing it
Making
up.
some strides, man.
Right.
Things falling. Yeah, you know. For me, you know, just trying to keep scratching at it, you feel me?
Right.
That's all. It's an improvement.
Right. I respect it about you, man. How was your weekend? How was your week, man? You doing anything cool this week?
Just zero back down. You know, get back focused. I was getting away from the vision a little bit, so I had to get back focused.
Right, ground yourself, yeah.
Get back grounded.
Be like that, man. Niggas start enjoying the spoils, nigga.
Facts. Oh, facts. It happens.
Forget about the right. We all
gotta enjoy the work.
We all go there and shit. Yeah. I went to the little foodie fest this week. Y'all been to the foodie fest before?
I went twice.
You went twice?
Dope, yeah.
Yeah, you been up there before?
Never.
No, you know what it is? Like
they having all the food trucks?
Food trucks, yeah, little carnival type scene. You feel me? There's some shit to get into. That shit was cool, man. I ran into everybody up there.
How'd you like it though? Like in terms of like the festivities, because they got games there. It's a carnival.
Everything.
It's basketball. It's a bunch of different stuff.
It was a vibe.
Yeah.
That shit far as hell.
Yeah, it's always in the middle of nowhere.
You feel me?
That's the closest it's been. Yeah. I went last year. It was in Henderson.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's at the Galleria Sunset.
Was that? Yeah, I never been to the Galleria.
I
only been to the fashion.
40 minutes from the crib, from my crib. So
yeah, it's like another world over there.
Word? It's a different city down there.
For real. Yeah.
Dang.
Getting the hendo, but yeah, it was a good event though. That shit was dope, man. They had the games. People was out, everybody looking lovely, man. Ran into a whole gang of people like that I ain't seen in ages, like since school, like.
Right.
So that shit was cool, man. Food was busting. I went Friday. I ended up going back yesterday since we ain't do what we was supposed to do. So I went back yesterday too. Ran it back.
That's a lot.
Come on, man. Come on. I was eating good this weekend. Like, yeah, that's where I ran into Mike at though, man. About to knock his nachos out his hand, man.
So who is this?
Just like he like an OG at my former place of employment, his current place of employment. He an OG over there, man. Like, feel me, like a mentor. He one of them. Like, he a big dog. You feel me? Always looking out for us and shit. So, shout out to OG Mike, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike.
Big facts. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get straight to the, you feel me, to the shits, dog. Let's let Drew kick it off. Let's let the guys kick it off, man. What's on your mind, dog?
Man, you know my mind always on some money, and I'll be into like the business world, so I'll just be paying attention to like how shit gonna affect my pockets and just the different moves other businessmen is out here making.
Right.
So I try to stay on top of that and, you know, just see what's going on. I like what a few of the CEOs is doing as far as like taking interest in other companies.
Mm-hmm.
So some big CEOs that I seen moves this past few weeks was Elon Musk's stake in Twitter. I think he made like a 9.something% stake investment.
Oh, he's a majority owner now. Like
he's a majority
shareholder.
He's the largest shareholder. Yeah, now, and that's big.
Yeah.
You're the largest shareholder in the company, so.
So what would you say is your main takeaway, or what was one thing you really took away from that? Like, what did that like? What's the first thing that came to your mind when you saw that?
It's just interesting. The first thing that came to my mind is like, what's the purpose of his acquisition? Like, why you're buying this company, and then what's your purpose with it? Is you buying it for investment, or are you trying to buy it to take more control of it, like control the management?
Right.
Because you got some investors that buy a company and just sit back and let the, you feel me?
Right. He don't strike me as that type of person though.
Facts. That's what I was gonna say.
He don't strike me as the type that play the background. You feel me? If he gonna put his money on something, he seem like the type he gonna like. His word means something. You feel me? Like he's not buying nothing passively, in my opinion.
I think almost like a merge of the two. I don't think he gonna play the background. You know, like you ain't gonna pour all that money in there just to not have no say so. But just like I said before we started, like what does he know about running a social media company? Or like at its broadest term, yes, a tech company, but really, it's social media.
Right.
I'm not saying he don't know anything, but we know his bread and butter to be engineer, the real complexities of the world. You feel me? Something like this, like he probably isn't that versed in what makes that company tick and make it money and keep it moving forward. So I don't see him playing the background, but at the same time, I don't see his opinion. I don't see him having sway like the largest shareholder. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think he's the largest shareholder on paper. I don't think in terms of decision making, the real decision makers are going, well, what does Elon think? We can't move forward without what he thinks. I think he'll approve everything because there's a bit of, oh yeah, I know what I'm capable of, and then I know when to delegate to the people who really know what they're doing. So I think that kind of caps how much of influence that he has in the company. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would be a disservice to him to say he's not a tech guy. He's definitely a tech guy. He comes from PayPal.
Right. Yeah.
And shit like that. Because I was about to say he's more like on the manufacturing engineering side of shit. Because I was thinking just Tesla and SpaceX. But I just remember he do come from PayPal, so he do got that tech in him. Right. So I think he definitely got something to offer. But it's like, when it's like a large company like that, it's so many different roles. And
right, yeah, that's why I was saying, like, at their broadest scheme, they are a tech company.
You feel me? Like, I don't see him being the face of it and telling that shit, like, making decisions like that, or like we changing the Twitter bird to yellow type shit. Right. But I feel like he will have some input on some shit. Like, he can offer a lot to any company. Like, I seen like a little meme or some shit that had like Elon, Bezos, and like a gang of other people, and just like it was one of the things like give you $20 and you gotta build your dream team.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Type shit, and you gonna want Elon Musk on your squad. You feel me? If you got any type of tech business or something, like I would. You feel me? Like I'm for sure recruiting Elon. If he want to mess with me, I'm for sure recruiting Elon. But I think one of my biggest takeaways from it, one of the first things I thought was it's like a power move because. You feel me? Niggas quickly forget, but Elon was kind of like, remember he was kind of like manipulating, I guess you could say, or just affecting the price of the Tesla stock and shit with the shit that he was tweeting. Mm-hmm. He was getting in trouble for shit he was tweeting. He was getting sued for shit he was tweeting. He had shareholders like giving him pushback for shit he was tweeting. And I don't know if he ever got in a situation where he got maybe banned or like anything like that or suspended on Twitter, but I just thought it was a power move because he'd always get in trouble for his antics on Twitter type shit. And now, like, I own that motherfucker. Like, I'm going to keep saying whatever I want. You feel me? If y'all try to take money out of my pocket over here for some shit I said over here, that's cool because that's going to make this get more traction and that's going to be more money in my pocket over here on the Twitter side. So I thought it was a nice little hedge. You feel me? A nice little power move. But that's what I thought of, his little antics on Twitter and shit, manipulating the stock pricing and shit. Dogecoin, all of that shit, you feel me? He gonna fuck around and change the Twitter bird to the Dogecoin dog for a day or something. Like, he gonna be on some shit like that. You feel me? Like,
I think they'll still make him watch his mouth, though, because at the end of the day...
You don't always say watch your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, he could probably get Twitter themselves to hush, but the SEC... When they come cracking, there is no company you will take majority shareholdership in, and they not gonna still tell you.
No, it ain't. I wasn't saying that. It's not about that, but just like it's still a power move. Like.
Yeah, but it's a power move.
Not much, maybe not a power move.
Like a check power move,
like some petty shit.
But then he can't be as reckless as he was.
That's why I would call it. I would agree with you. Would call it a power move. I would call it a checked power move though. It's a move. Where it's just like playing chess. Like let's say we both damn near finna win, right? I'm moving my king to a point where I damn near had your king trapped, right? Which is the point of the game.
You could never, but
yeah, you probably would beat me in chess. I ain't gonna count that. You feel me? I don't know myself. But what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is if look, whichever one is about to have the king in a position, right? It's like we almost there, but then you figure out a way to move. Now it's like, well, damn, I thought I had him, but I don't have him.
Right.
That's kind of how I see that move. It's like it's a check power move. You moved and you did put people in a position to go, oh, yeah, okay, like that did get attention. But they gonna move in a way that foils your plan. You thought you had them, but you don't. You thought you gained this power, but there's still a hierarchy.
Still the SEC.
And like there's still checks and balances in place for this big move.
So y'all think this like a real business move? Like a real,
definitely, it is not nothing. It's nothing light at all.
Well,
this is a massive move.
Yeah, billions of dollars.
This is a massive move.
Yeah, I'm not gonna downplay it like he.
But it's too early to really have a well-rounded opinion on. Like all we can do is speculate because the news just broke.
Twitter, I think Twitter gonna be Twitter, so it's definitely
like this is massive.
It's a money maker as far as like the actual investment. Like
Facts.
Twitter is Twitter. It ain't really going nowhere.
Facts. Yeah, they both will benefit from this.
I was just gonna comment on Twitter's price. I think it's down from 12 months. I want to say its highs was like 50, so it dropped from 50 to where it's at now, which I think it's under 30.
It makes sense for them to be buying shit. That's where you want to buy it. 30% off. I mean, not 30% off, but you said it dropped from 52 to $30. But yeah, shit, that's a good line. If I'm about to drop a couple billion, I'm gonna get my bang for my buck. You feel me? Yeah, I'm trying to get it where it's damn near half off. Type shit is 40% off. You feel me? Like that's what I'm waiting on. If I know I'm trying to get into something, this could be a move that he been plotting for some time. Just been waiting on the stock price to hit this number. You feel me? Like it could be something like that. But yeah, that's interesting. No, that's interesting, man. I'm just like, I think it's definitely, like I said, I think it's definitely a money maker as far as the investment, but more so, I'm eager to see like what role he actually takes in the company as a new owner, as a new stakeholder. You feel me? No, but that's what's up. That's what's up. You said also, Warren Buffett just bought what? What Warren Buffett just get into? HP. He was Packard.
HP. He just bought 10%. 10%.
That's usually Packard. You can't go wrong. Shout out to HP, man, holding us down with the equipment right now. You feel me? The HP right now. You feel me?
It's a money maker for sure.
No, for sure. That's a company that's gonna be there. Been around and gonna be around. You feel me? For the foreseeable future. Oh yeah, you can't be mad at that, man. Money dudes making money moves, man. Money dudes making money moves. For sure, I'm trying to give me a little piece, a little percentage, man. A little percentage, man. Yeah, you remember that shit?
I don't know. That's right.
Yeah, Isaiah said that shit in school. Like, yeah, that's not the here nor there. That's crazy though. Shit, what else been going on in the financial world though, man? The Fed been making some moves. I think we addressed that though. We already addressed them raising interest rates. We know they doing the.
He brought up tapering specifically, in addition to the raising of interest rates.
Oh yeah, well, they was tapering before they just raised their last interest rate, right? They started.
Well, yeah, they was halfway tapering.
They still ain't even start tapering.
No, they wasn't. What they was.
Yeah, they keep saying they gonna taper.
Well, what they did was they decreased how much they buy.
Yeah, they didn't start.
So they are still buying, which thus is not tapering. They are still quantitative easing. They're just lying and saying tapering, but they decreased what they bought from I think 120 to 80.
The Fed minutes they put it in there that there was going to start tapering.
Yeah, they've been saying that since 2013.
Yeah.
Literally, that one when the very first time this was ever said was May of 2013. Brent Bernanke said this and
they also,
completely reversed his position
they
for
also
2 years.
They also mentioned 50 rate hikes.
They won't. They
mentioned it.
They mentioned this all the time.
We always talk about the lip service of the Fed though. The Fed.
But they said it. So
they say a lot of.
Do you think it? I asked the question.
The Fed
do you think there's validity to the fact that they said it?
I'm just saying it's priced in.
Oh, I get you. I'm asking you though. Like, do you think that there is trueness or validity or any credence in your life to the fact that they said that in their Fed minutes?
Do I think they could come out with it? Yes, I do.
Really? How likely do you think that is? That they come out with a bigger than a 50%? I give you this.
No,
the last time
a 50%,
a 50 point hike.
50
50
basis
yeah.
points.
So I said this. The last time they raised interest rates by more than 0.25 was before the dot-com bubble burst. That was 22 years ago. I highly doubt that there is a 0.5% hike in this month or next month, because they got a hike. Yeah, I think in May and June. They got a meeting in May and June. I don't know. Could they hike 25% and be cumulatively 0.5? I can see that. But I'm asking specifically, like with the 0.5 and the 0.75, how likely do you think that is?
I think it's likely because they talk about it. I think if they were to hike 0.5 at their meeting in May, I wouldn't be surprised because they said they would hike it.
I would be surprised because they said that every meeting for years. Like, they lie a lot. You feel me? They never do anything that their Fed meeting says. Here's something you should read. The Fed minutes is pieces. Go read the Fed beige book. The beige book is where the meetings come. The meeting minutes come. Fine, go pull up the beige book.
I know the beige. I'm saying that's deep.
The beige book is where the meeting minutes come from. Like, the reason that there's meeting minutes because they gonna take all of those and put them in the beige book. The beige book is released like it's like twice every quarter. It's like at the beginning and end of every single quarter, like the first week and the last week or something like that of every quarter. But it's definitely twice a quarter. But it's not like it's not every set few months type thing. It's not every third month or every fourth month. It's not like that. It's a piece of every third month type thing. The beige book it breaks down every single Fed bank specifically. So the one in St. Louis, like all the tiny little banks and what is really going on in their economies. And the reason.
I think it's like,
go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's like 14 or 15 Fed banks they draw from.
And 12. And then I don't think the New York Fed counts as one of the other 12 reserve banks.
Have any reserve bank or central bank, not reserve bank, central bank raised by more than 25 basis points?
What, in the whole world?
They've all been raising their
in the world.
In the world?
For sure.
I'm saying like the major central banks have any of them. Are they going by?
Right. I'm asking the major central banks of the world or the Federal Reserve banks.
The central banks.
Oh.
Because they're all raising their rates right now.
None of them, none of them have raised by more than 25%.
The major countries.
Because if we raise by 50, they got it.
Remember, they all act. Yeah, I was about to say they all act in coordination with one another. None of them have drastically just came out and raised rates. Canada just kept theirs the same. I think last week or the week before that. They raised it previously, but they kept it the same from what they just raised it from.
I mean, maybe like some third world countries or something that may have did like some crazy. I think I seen like one of the Spanish speaking countries, you feel me, did like some crazy shit before.
And raised it. Now, do you know why they did that?
No, I don't know why.
So if you Google, all third world countries are massively in debt to the IMF. They never say that they're massively in debt to America. America sends them aid or foreign cash, and one of the reasons why they agree to these loans is because they don't know that they end up having to raise interest rates drastically high to keep up with our dollar. How he just talked about the dollar index rising. A rising dollar means a stronger dollar. If your currency is weak, then you need to print even more of that currency to keep up with a rising dollar. The only way you could do that is by lowering interest rates. But at some point, you didn't lower them so much you're going to fuck your economy up. So now you got to raise them hella high to offset how low you kept them low. How long you kept them low.
Right.
And so now you basically like turn yourself upside down when the dollar gets stronger.
Right.
That's why Trump got elected by saying we needed a weaker U.S. dollar. He was partially right. Like the dollar is getting stronger and other countries are kind of benefiting off of that because it's hurting us. It hurts exports because shit start costing more. Yeah. So like countries aren't doing that shit because they think raising rates is cool and awesome. They are forced to do it to try to keep up with our country and we're hurting them. It's grimy, but
Yeah, on the rate hikes, me personally, yeah, I do think we gonna get some 50.
I hope we do. I hope
we
do.
Might get a
don't
few
think
of them,
we
bro.
will.
That's just me personally.
It's necessary.
On the interest rate.
It's necessary. We should.
That's just my personal opinion on the interest rate.
But here's the thing that makes me reluctant. So like I said, the very first time, so it's called a taper tantrum. The very first taper tantrum we ever had was in 2013. We started QE in 2008 under Ben Bernanke. He was the Fed chairman throughout Obama presidency and shit. He started QE. He was the very first one to be like, all right, it's QE. Now, he said we're going to end this in 2009. If you Google what made the whole world agree to QE, because at QE, the whole world agreed to buy up all government bonds. That gave us unlimited money. We used that unlimited money to continue QE. So it wasn't America deciding to be doing quantitative easing. The world is allowing us to do quantitative easing. The reason he got the whole world to be convinced, like, all right, hey, we need y'all to basically loan us unlimited amount of money every year, low-key forever. That's pretty much what QE is. I need every country in the world to buy up as many government of our government bonds as they can. We're going to turn them government bonds into cash, and as long as you buy forever, we're going to have cash forever. Right. We got money to give banks forever, right? Like, we can get in debt forever because other niggas going to bail us out forever. He told niggas this is only going to be a year or two. This is literally how he got the whole world to say this shit. He said it's only going to be a year or two. By 2010, the economy had not improved. He said it's only going to be another year or two. By 2012, this is the scam in terms of the perception of the crisis. Technically, the 08 crisis never ended. The economy never recovered. By 2012, he said, all right, we're going to be done. 2013, it was in May of 2013, he said, we are done with QE. It is over. He lied, and then by 2015, he went even harder on QE. They bought up even more bonds. How? When you just said it was over and we was raising rates and we was going to see 2% rate hikes every year and you was finna offload the balance sheet.
I was about to say, what were interest rates at that time? Were they low?
0. They were at 0 in 2000. They lowered them in December of 08 and kept them at 0 until December of 2015. That was the very first rate hike we had since 2006. We raised rates in December of 2006, which was housing prices were at their all-time high in December of 06. That was the last time we raised rates. And then by April of 2007, all major banks started going down. Bear Stearns started showing signs of going down. And then it became an obvious financial crisis by August of 07. So you see how like them raising rates completely coincided with the world collapsing?
But if that's what they need to do to get to that goal.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. By 2015, when rates were still at 0.25, we didn't raise rates again until December 2016. Right. This was the first rate hike I ever seen. I started trading Forex in February of 2016. I didn't know shit about no rate hike in December of 2015. I ain't know nothing about none of that shit. Right. I was with Zach, Black Zach. Remember his dark Black Zach? He came to my house and I was teaching him Forex. And December of 2016, he took like a random trade and made a couple dollars of it, and I was helping him calculate pips, and he caught like 3,000 pips, but he was trading so small that the money didn't really matter. But I'm like, if you was trading like that,
3,000 pips would be crazy.
Bro, and so he didn't really comprehend that. I'm sitting here, who got months under my belt now, I'm sitting here like,
man, you got 3,000.
And I'm scalping at this point. All I need is 10 to 100 pips. You know the scalping day, all I need is 100 pips. And I just watched bro catch 3,000 on accident. He didn't even know what he was doing.
Right.
So March of 2017 was the very first interest rate hike. March of 2017 was the first interest rate hike that I had ever actually traded. That was March 14, 2017. Now, if I'm lying, you can Google March 14, 2017. I guarantee there was a rate hike that day. I guarantee. But that was the first one that I actually traded. But my point is this. Every single time they raised rates just to get to 1.5%, it took all of those years. Because remember, they didn't raise them again until 2018, which is the second time we had a taper tantrum. That was with Jerome Powell. When he said, oh, we finna cut interest rate. We finna raise interest rates. We finna unload these bonds. What happened? The bond market collapsed. That was in September of 2018. You can Google that. It got worse September of 2019. That was the repo crisis. Yeah, that was so the bond market itself and the repo market itself are two different things. The bond market itself was collapsing, the repo market, which exists to keep the bond market and the stock market from collapsing, were also collapsing. Like the shit, it's like having a bulletproof wall or having a bulletproof glass to keep niggas from shooting bullets, but they busting through that motherfucker with these bullets. It's like, well, what the fuck was the point of having the repo market when it's just as vulnerable to being collapsed like the bond market?
Right.
So by September 2019, we saw the bond market collapse. We saw the repo market collapse, which means banks couldn't loan to other banks. That's why the bond market collapsed.
Define the repo market.
Yeah, that does sound crazy. So the repo market is how banks and governments buy securities. It's how they keep the whole show running. They need the repo market. It's basically, it stands for repossession. Yeah. And it's a repossession purchase. That's what the entire repo technically is for. It's basically
like bank to bank, mostly like bank to bank lending.
Facts. That's how all business is being done. That's the point of like, so the Fed funds rate is called the Fed funds rate, but it actually has nothing to do with the Fed.
Right. The
Fed funds rate is what the banks use in the repo market to lend to each other.
Right.
The discount rate is what they use to go get money from the Fed. Yeah. Why isn't that the Fed funds rate when they need the Fed? You feel like so it's backwards. But yeah, so they no longer could lend to each other. Liquidity dried up. Right? They need to buy each other's bonds. The point of the bond market, you buy our bonds, we turn those bonds into paper dollars. Now we got dollars. Now we got US dollars. So when the bond market collapsed and then the repo market collapsed because then nobody got no money, well, now the stock market collapsed. That happened in September of 2019. Then what happened just a few months later when shit finally started getting good? COVID. That was 2020. So now we in March 2020 and we watched the whole world fall again. So they lower rates back down to zero. They never, ever, ever took advantage of their opportunity to get rates to 2%. They could have. It didn't take from 2008 to 2020 just to get, you went from 0 to 1.5 to back to 0 over the course of 2008 all the way to 2020, and you got to 1.5, and that's what caused the the crisis. That's what caused the bond market crisis. People can't buy those bonds at 1.5%. When we've been buying bonds at 0%, we've been getting ourselves in debt at 0% forever. Remember, when we raise rates to 1.5 or 2%, we are now getting in debt at 2%, which means now I owe you 2% plus principal. But I've been getting in debt since the 90s at 0%. Right. So the reason that we had the bond market collapse and then the repo crisis and then the stock market crisis was because they raised rates 1.5. We couldn't satisfy it. Right. Now, how do we satisfy 2% after all the government printing that has been done? After the overinflation era. If shit was overinflated then and stuff was collapsing then, well, that was 10 years ago, and the problem never got fixed. Not only did it not get fixed, it literally got worse. The mortgage-backed securities that caused the last crisis, they sell even more this year. You can Google it. Like the banks, they sell even more of them. Government is buying they're getting itself in even more debt. The Federal Reserve is printing even more money and buying even more securities.
That was the point they had came with, like, who's gonna buy all these mortgage-backed securities that the government owns?
And that is and that is when things collapse. Now, Peter Schiff taught me that. If you ever read Peter Schiff's book,
who's gonna buy all this that they trying to unload?
He called the Fed so they call themselves the lender of last resort. The Fed was created because they convinced the whole world that they needed to be the lender of last resort. Just like how you was talking about all the major banks in the world, they got that from the Bank of England. The Bank of England, with all their rich money and the Rockefellers and all that, they told niggas, hey, when financial crises happen, we want to be the ones to bail y'all out. That's where the term lender of last resort comes. When shit hit the fan, we got enough money to bail y'all out. We had a crisis in 1910. Niggas got together and said, see, we need the Federal Reserve. We need to be the lender of last resort so America ain't fucked up. That's why the Fed was created. So they want to be the lender of last resort. They are that, and that's, we ain't got to get into conspiracy theory, but the point is, they were at their inception, they were meant to put themselves in position to where only they could do what needed to be done. They cannot satisfy the demand forever. You can't buy bonds forever and nobody else can buy them. If we didn't have the Fed, we would have went under way long ago. Man. Because nobody buys our bonds to keep, remember, buying the bonds means keep lending us money forever. Who would agree to that? Nobody. You can't. So if you can't do it at 0%, you can't do it at 1. If you can't do it at 1, you can't do it at 1.5. We saw the whole world have a scare at 1.5, and now we're predicting potentially 3% rate hikes in 2022. In terms of at the end of the year, they'll be at 3% or 4%. I don't know. Like, I give credence to the Fed minutes, but I think it's a scam. I think it's a lie. Because every Fed, go read previous Fed minutes. Go tell me what they read and what happened in the actual economy. Go tell me how many times they said we're going to raise rates if we see unemployment reach the number. They said inflation was transitory. That means it's going to come and go, and we ain't going to have to deal with it again. And here we are in year 2, and it's getting progressively worse. Now they're saying it's not transitory. I guarantee the Fed minutes didn't say the word transitory.
Right.
But I guarantee that for the last 2 years, every single Fed minutes that has been released has said the word transitory.
Man, facts.
Now that word, they don't know. They don't even know the definition of the word transitory no more. Don't nobody even know how to spell that word no more. Why? Is that an accident? Is that coincidence, or is it on purpose?
Yeah, you just gotta be cautious,
You know,
cautious when reading the Fed minutes, looking at the Fed minutes, shit. Like, you gotta pay very close attention to their wording and shit, because it's like they put a lot of if-then statements in that motherfucker. This gotta happen. If this happens, then we'll do that. Or we just starting to look at maybe tapering if this and that.
Right.
Maybe we can lift by 50 basis points if this, if that. Like, a lot of shit gotta go right.
And they're saying stuff that they know won't happen.
Right.
I'm gonna show you when we done. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, finish.
I was gonna say when we done recording, I'm gonna show you something. The one of the financial decision makers in Germany, he got something called like preferred conscious, or like preferred something, or something preference. But he broke down why none of the central banks, why they make sense. They say this and they do the exact opposite. I just remembered that. I'm gonna show you that. That is largely why my brain thinks about that. I never forgot that when he said that. He broke it down like they have a history of literally saying they're gonna do this, but just like he said, it's an if-then statement. But they know that will never happen. They say if unemployment decreases by 7%, we'll never see that.
And they won't even give a hard number like that. They wouldn't say if it gets 70%. They'd be like, if it reaches our expectations.
Right,
yeah, like what is that?
Just leave it open like that.
I just wrote no rates ain't low no more. Like they going up for sure.
They still gonna be low even when they raise them. 5% is low.
That's still
like when they get to 5, they gonna be low. That's the scam, and they can't satisfy 5. I don't see our government paying debt at 5%. Like, that's a lot of interest. Remember, we didn't accumulate it. We went from 1982, the largest creditor in the world. The whole world is in debt to us. And by 1984, in 2 years, we went from the largest creditor in world history to the largest debtor in world history. So imagine that. We've been setting the record since 1984 for the largest indebted country in history. Not in this coast or on this continent, in all of global existence. We have been increasing this record since 1984, and that's how long rates damn near been low. Well, the 80s rates was high as fuck, but then what happened progressively through the 80s? They fucking lowered them. They started at 10%. Man, in 1979, rates was at 0. In 1980, they went to fucking 10, and then 11, 12. Right. At some point, they was at fucking 20, and then they brought them motherfuckers right back down.
Y'all think rates just stay low?
I think we cannot raise rates. That is the point of a financial crisis. We should raise rates.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
We can't raise them past a certain point.
No, I'm just speaking on what they doing. These last meetings, they raised rates.
I think
the last meeting they raised it one time.
Yeah, I think they will raise rates when necessary. I don't see them raising rates. If they were to raise rates 0.5% in 0.50% in one moment, I think that would be the last time they raise rates for the rest of the year. That is my one stipulation in which they were to do that in one sitting, because it takes away a wiggle room. You can't be lowering interest rates for 30 fucking years, and then when you do raise them, you only raising them 25%. The last time we had a bigger than 25% was in 1999. So remember this, from fucking 97 to 99, Alan Greenspan, well, he was Fed chairman for way before this, from like the 70s to 2006. But the reason that I feel like the Fed be purposely causing crises is because they lower rates for so long, and then they'll start raising rates hella fast. From 1927 to 29, they did this. They lowered rates all of the 20s and then raised rates hella fucking fast, knowing it was going to cause a crisis. And then what happened? The Great Depression. And then in 1999,
Right.
they raised rate. In the 1960s, they lowered rates to fucking 0. And then by the end of the 60s, they raised rates hella fucking fast. And then what happened? The whole period of the 70s was fucked up. And the only way they could fix the inflation of the 70s was by raising rates to 20%.
They said they need to cause recession.
That's why how I just said that we had rates at 20% in the 80s. It was necessary to fix how fucked up the 70s was. Google the 70s. The whole 70s from 1970 to December 31st of 1979. That whole decade was one of the worst periods of time in American history. Highest unemployment, highest inflation in history. Niggas was rationing gas. Like, that's how bad it was. They were going through multiple energy crises in 73, 78, and 79. Daylight savings is a thing because the 70s was so fucked up. Like, shit was bad. Niggas had to reset time. Think about that. That's literally true. It's hyperbole. I'm exaggerating, but it's true. Niggas had to damn near literally reset time because the 70s was so fucked up. The only way they fixed that shit was 20% interest rates. We done seen bond market crises at 1%.
So
What the fuck is 20% gonna do?
Do high interest rates correlate with like recessions?
Yes.
Like that?
In the 1990s, the rates was at 0, and by 99, they raised rates hella fucking times. And then what happened? The dot-com bubble burst. They lowered interest rates to 0 in 2001. We had a recession in 2001 and 2002. It's called an L-shaped recession. Shit got hella bad, hella fast, and then it stayed that way for a little bit, and then it started getting good. That was from 01 to 02. After that, we lowered interest rates to 0 again. Have I ever told y'all about how they went on record and said they were going to cause a housing crisis in 2002?
Yeah.
Paul McCauley said that shit. One of the biggest economists in the world said it in 2002. He said it caused a housing crisis. And what did they fucking do? They caused a housing crisis by having 0% interest rates in 02 all the way to 06. Housing prices was at all-time highs in 06. What did the Fed do in 06? Raise rates hella fucking times. But what also happened in 06? They were going to get a new Fed president. Alan Greenspan, remember I just said he was president from like 1989 to 06. He left in 06. Well, he raised rates hella fucking times before he left. And then what happened in 07? The whole world was in a fucking financial crisis. We call it the crisis of 08. It was overwhelmingly obvious that the world was in a global recession in April of 2007. We had multiple of our biggest banks in the world closing in April of 2007. Why is it called the 08 crisis when this shit was obviously fucking up the whole world in 2007? What precedes all of those? You can Google this. Zoom online, Google it. What happened before every crisis? Raising of interest rates, hella fucking times.
How many times is hella times? Like 2%? You saying? Because you saying it can't get to this before it gets too bad. So what would that number be?
Well, that's the difference.
2%?
Remember, in the fucking 1920s, they were accustomed to having 10% interest rate. There was no such thing as 0% interest rates at a point in time in the world. The very first time that was a thing was in the Great Depression. We had never seen 0% interest rates. Rates was at 15%, rates at 18%. That's how countries became popular. All the countries in the world gonna loan us money because we paying niggas 18% on their money.
Right.
So how did we convince niggas of QE when we told niggas we gonna give y'all fucking 0% and still give us all your money? That was the scam of QE. We used to be a world where we needed to have high interest rates to make the world invest in us.
Right.
We didn't convince niggas we ain't paying you shit and you still finna give me all your money. We damn near robbing you with a pistol. Like, what? That's crazy. But the world was at 15% interest rates. Lowered them. So they were slowly ticking. Like, let's say they might have lowered them to like 10, from 15 to 10. That's still very high. Yeah. So then out of nowhere, you see a 1% increase or a 1% increase. They increased them in January of January 1927, and then raised rates probably like a total of like 3 or 4% in that year, and then did it again in 28, and then 29. The stock market crashed in October of 29, and then the whole world became the Great Depression by 1930. What precedes all of that, though? Hella raising their interest rate. Did it from 1998 and 99. They raised rates probably 6 times or 8 times. I'll Google it to give you accuracy in terms of how many times they raised rates and what was the percentage and what was the total amount from what they previously was. I'm going to show you. Every single crisis that happened was directly preceded by hella interest rate rises. So now we've been in, so all of the Americans back then was used to 10, right? So it's like it's like stairs almost, or like it's like going downstairs. You started at 10 and then you lowered them to 9. Well, now you can't lower them back to 10, right? So now 9 is that new ceiling. But then the new generation of Americans, they went from 9 and lowered them to 8. So now 8 is their new ceiling. They looking like, damn, niggas was at 9 and 10 and we at 8. But then the next financial crisis, we lowered them to 7. Well, now 7 is the ceiling. We can't raise the motherfuckers to 8. We can't satisfy the debt at 8.
And
Then
now
the
here
new
we are,
Americans
now
are
here we
born.
are today,
You feel me? And it goes like that. So then by the time we born, you have never in your life, I mean in literally your 25 years, you haven't lived in 10% interest rates. You can't fathom that. Never. But that was
love that as an investor.
And here's the kicker
to
though.
Get some safe money,
That's been a norm. That's been a norm in America longer than not.
I wouldn't be putting my money in stocks.
That's the
in houses.
Right. So think about it. In our country's history,
my government was gonna give me 10%.
So think about it. In our country's history, that has been the norm longer than not. Yet you, as somebody who's lived 25 years, you can't even fathom that. And that has been normal longer than 0% interest rates. That 10% interest rates, it was way more normal than 0% interest rates. So your floor as an American today ain't 10% like somebody who lived back then. Your floor is 2.
I be listening to people to buy bonds. They have one. Why would I want 1%?
How you just talked about the 30-year mortgage at an all-time high. The bonds.
Give me 4, 2%.
It's a scam. Remember, the bond market is the mortgage market. So when you say the 30-year mortgage all-time high, the 30-year government bond is the most overvalued bond in existence. You will lose the most money buying the 30-year bond. You can Google it. You will lose the most money than you would in any other thing, which causes a secondary crisis because people only buy the short-term bonds. But if everybody's only buying short-term bonds, that causes a bubble in itself right there because you ain't buying because you think it's a great investment. You buying because that shit just bad. Well, now both of these are bad. Like you see how problems kind of keep creating themselves damn near. Like,
as an investor, I ain't never seen though.
You couldn't fathom 10%.
Yeah, I would love that.
And
I wouldn't be putting my money here, there, and the third. Like my money would be in bonds.
And it'd be crazy. Now, should we raise rates to 10%? Yes, we should. But what happened? We saw everybody lose their jobs. We saw the most inflation that we ever seen. Remember, people was fucked up for 10 years. We just came off a 10-year fucking from the 30s to the 40s. Now we fucked up again from the 70s to the 80s. Like you feel me? And like the whole 60s with the civil rights movement. So like us specifically in terms of being minorities, we broke, we lost our jobs, and niggas is killing us, gunning us down in broad daylight, and it's legal. That's how the 30s to the 70s was.
So
for us specifically.
Tell me like the average person like a single mother out there or something who's just working, hella doing whatever. Tell her why it's necessary. Why you say it's necessary to raise rates to 10%.
It'll reset the world.
But what, tell that single mother whatever why that's relevant to her, how it affects her.
You're right. So what it would do for the average single mother at home, it would inherently make her
would be
it would make her more money in the sense of everything costs less. Now the problem is that en route to that single mother is gonna lose her job. That single mother probably works at Walmart, and those are some of the most expendable jobs. You feel me? She probably ain't a Tesla technology worker who pretty much is guaranteed to have a job. You get what I'm saying?
She's not on your side right now. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. They not. A lot of them aren't. But that's why I carry the torch. You feel me? That's why I feel like I gotta bring this to you because this is why I was explaining to her how wealth gaps are created, and I was like being like imaginative with it, and I'm using my hands, and she was like, damn, like that's how I was like. I told her I was like, so at one point we're here, but then you go here, and then they go there, and we go here, and then they go there. We go here, and they go there. And I was breaking down.
I feel like if it don't ever get reset, it just the gap get bigger.
The gap gets bigger and bigger until it can't get bigger. Yeah, it's gonna get bigger and bigger until it can't get bigger. Remember, human bodies, they grow as tall as they can be, but by the time you die, you'll probably be shorter. If you live to be old, you'll be shorter than you were in your 20s. That's a proven fact. Bodies shrink. Your body undoes itself. You start being not your muscles ain't as strong as they used to be. You can't hold your piss and your poop in the way you used to be. You start to reverse.
The human law of
diminishing returns. Things can't just keep getting better. They have to get worse at some point. We keep thinking everything's just gonna keep getting better and better. So for the average mom, it's like you need this to happen. That's the only way stocks become affordable, houses affordable, cars affordable, hotels become affordable. You get yourself out of debt because your money become worth more. Yeah. Like you can either inflate yourself out of debt or you can deflate yourself out of debt. Meaning, currency either gonna be so overpriced that like a debt satisfies itself because both are worthless. Whether I owed you $10 or $1 million, both are worthless if you collect the debt. What you gonna do with $1 million worthless dollars? The same thing you're gonna do with 10 worthless dollars. You know what I mean? So you can either inflate the currency and get out of debt that way, which is what America seems to be totally on pace of doing. Germany had hyperinflation at $27 trillion in debt. We had 30. So who knows? You know, who knows how further we got? I said we've been setting this record since the 80s. Yeah. Since 1984, we've been setting the record, just getting more and more in debt every single year. We can't get bigger. We can't get taller. Our debt can't keep getting taller. It gotta shrink some way. The only way it's gonna shrink is when the whole world realizes America cannot satisfy its debt, and not only that, but they don't give other countries what they want. They'll write your debt off, but you'll just become poor. That's it. You don't really owe us this debt no more. The same way credit works. You don't really owe us the debt no more. You're just gonna fuck your credit up. We're gonna sell your debt to the collection agency. Whether you pay me my money or not, I'm gonna get mine. Because if you owe me and don't pay it, the debt collection agency is gonna buy that debt. You got in debt with me for $500. Well, that nigga bought this debt off of me for $450. He trying to collect $500 out of your ass because that's how debt collection companies make money. They trying to collect the whole $500 or the whole $600. They're gonna charge you interest. They don't shit. We bought it from them for $300. We still trying to collect the whole $600 from your ass. That's literally how it works. Where at some point somebody ain't gonna give a fuck about collecting that $600. Right? Somebody, man, that nigga ain't worth shit. You ain't even gotta pay me that $600, nigga. You broke. You ain't got nothing, nigga. Fuck it. Right? So what if countries look at us like that the way we look at countries like that? Right. We look at Venezuela and Argentina and Greece like that. Like, man, fuck the debt. Their country's gonna blow the fuck up. And then it does. Well, what if fucking Russia look at us like that? Or China? We don't want y'all goods no more. We tired of helping y'all niggas out. Remember, we want niggas to pay us 10% to get money. We've been giving y'all money for free, and y'all giving us massive inflation. Every time we don't experience inflation, some other country does. That's called inflation exportation. If we don't experience it here, we send it there. That's just how bad inflation is. It ain't got so bad that it is here. Yeah. That's how bad it is. We can't export that shit no more. That shit is coming the fuck back. And the world is catching on. That's why the world is selling government bonds. Ain't nobody buying more bonds except who? The fucking Fed. Because they're the lender of last resort, and that's what they were meant to do. They were meant to progress through life to create a scenario in which they could only do
so
this.
The only way they fix themselves
is collapse.
Yeah.
It was destined for that. It was destined for it.
Build it back.
Destined for it.
All we could do.
It was meant to happen. Literally, it was meant to happen. That's why I don't believe nothing the Fed said. Go read all the other Fed minutes. Tell me how many bad things have happened in the world since 1913, and then go tell me how many times the Fed said, ooh, that was our fault. Because it was. The Fed was created to prevent financial crises. Every single one of the worst financial crises in world history have happened after the existence of the Fed. You are terrible at your job, right? Like if security guard is put here to keep me safe, and I got 50 niggas busting at me every day, I need some new fucking security. I need a new Federal Reserve because you're literally, shit is getting worse now that you're here.
Yeah.
Right.
That's because you know that. You are causing that. You are causing dependency. You want us to depend on you until we can't because you know that there's a limit to your dependence. We can't depend on the Fed forever, and the Fed knows that. We're going to do whatever we can to make us as dependent as possible so that when shit hit the fan, they go, shit, we've done everything we can. Oh well, and what happens after oh well? The economy collapses. We don't know how long shit gonna take till it recover. Like, that's why I don't like to scare niggas, but it's the fact that we don't know. We didn't see niggas never really recover in terms of falling from greatness. We will recover as a country, and everybody ain't gonna be poor forever, but in terms of niggas that was number one, they are never number one again. China's the very first one. China was number one in like the fucking 1000s. In like AD, they was the first niggas with paper currency. Right. They was the first niggas to do a lot of different shit in terms of laws and making technologies. Right. And they fell from greatness for the next 1,000 fucking years.
They almost back.
Like literally, so think about that. Like no, but the Romans was the next niggas to run shit after them. They ran shit for 1,000 fucking years. Nigga, go find Rome right now. You ain't gonna find no Roman grass. You ain't gonna find no Roman artifact. You ain't gonna find no Roman bones. All of them niggas was completely eradicated from Earth. You can't go find Rome itself be placed in terms of the air and the fictional boundary that used to be Rome. Yes, that still exists. Go find a fucking Roman. Wanna know why? All them niggas got their fucking heads cut off. All them niggas got their hearts ate. Them niggas is gone. So then you think like, who ran shit next? The Africans.
Some numerals.
You feel me? They done. Literally. Niggas is on walls. Niggas keeping track of y'all bodies in tally marks. That's all you niggas is. You niggas is tally marks on walls now. Ain't no cemetery for you niggas. Ain't no memorials. You niggas is gone. Think about the Africans. They ran shit. What happened to the fucking Africans? Slavery. Now all of Africa is the way it is now, and we seen the world unfold. So then what happened next? The fucking British. Them niggas was running shit. British ain't running shit no more. They not number 1 now. They not number 2 now. They not number 3 now. They not number 4 now. And that was Britain. Britain was running shit for 200, 300 years. And now they're nothing. And then what happened after Britain? Nobody was really running shit. That's when we get into like the early 1900s. It wasn't really nobody running shit. But then, because then World War I happened. The whole niggas that was running shit was all fighting each other. So when nobody really running shit, that's how we came in. We watched the real niggas beef. They all killed each other. We stepped in and go, well, we the last man standing shit.
Right.
I guess we running shit. That's literally, factually how America rose to number 1. Damn near on accident. So then, go ahead.
Let's say we go broke, right? Do we gotta start buying other bonds? Like we gotta start buying other
Yes,
bonds?
that's the only way we get access to their money.
Yeah.
The whole, remember, poor countries in the world buying American bonds. That's the only way they get access to American dollars. They're going to take those American dollars, they're going to exchange it for their country's currency, trying to get as much as they can.
Right.
You feel me? The problem is that as our currency continues to increase, remember, U.S. dollars is used everywhere. Don't nobody use no fucking Malaysian rupee. Yeah, nigga, you ain't spending that shit nowhere but Malaysia.
That's definitely our...
So now all of Malaysia is full of hella fucking U.S. Let's say it's 10 Malaysian dollars for every U.S. dollar. But now everybody who got a fucking job is exchanging hella US dollars to get all these fucking Malaysian bucks. Well now, y'all only spending Malaysian bucks in Malaysia. Now y'all gonna go through hyperinflation. Cause all that currency ain't leaving nowhere. It's just kicking y'all ass.
You know what they use for real? They use rupees or what?
I don't know. It's probably not the rupee, but it don't even matter. Like, but it's probably like, yeah. Oh yeah, all respect to Malaysians, cause I don't want to disrespect the country.
This is right deep, man.
Yeah, but it's real though. It's like that's why I don't think they're gonna raise rates. See how deep it can get? That's why you're not gonna raise rates 0.5%, because of the repercussions. You would set the world back doing that. That's why the world ain't doing it. That's why is China barely raising interest rates, or keeping them the same, or lowering them?
That's what I'm saying. This ain't just U.S.
It's the world.
Central bank is low.
But the reason that it's the world is because America made it so.
For sure.
We created the problem by committing. Nobody's doing this willingly. So when we say the world, we're a bit misleading. Or let me speak for myself. I'm being misleading when I say it's the world. The world isn't willingly doing this. They got suckered into this by America way long ago, and now we just got to deal with it. No country on earth is willingly at 0% interest rates, because so it's called FDI, which is foreign direct investment. Every country that has ever become great has had a lot of foreign direct investment. That literally means foreign countries are directly buying your bonds, which means giving you money, loaning you money. Buying your government's bonds means loaning them money. We ain't even gotta say bonds no more. They loaning niggas money. Well, the only way niggas was really getting loaned money is by having hella high interest rates. Our rise to greatness,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta be
which is China now. Our rise to greatness was having the most FDI in the whole world. You can Google that. In 1914, nobody used the U.S. dollar in the whole world. Did you know that? In 1914, the U.S. dollar was only used in America. Nobody on earth was using the U.S. dollar. In 1924, the U.S. dollar became the most global currency in the whole world, because we started getting FDI. What happened in 1914? World War fucking I. That's what happened in 19... So yeah, you niggas gonna give us all the foreign direct investment in the world. You ain't finna keep it for yourself. Niggas busting y'all ass down. You finna get rid of that. Now what was that? Gold? What happened in the 1920s and 30s? America got the largest influx of gold that it's ever had. That was foreign direct investment.
Gold people, like...
Yeah, but it was largely gold. You feel me? Like, yeah, but yeah. So think about that. The only way we got that shit was because the real decision makers of the world was fucked up. They had no choice but to give all the foreign aid to us, because them niggas was trying to rob each other. Would you either let me rob you, or give Darius the money to hold and keep safe, and then hope that you kill me, so that eventually you can run back and go get your money and you can live safe? That's the plan, right? Darius is America. We finna send our money to America. We finna go kill them bitch ass niggas. We finna go get our money back, and then we finna live our lives. That didn't happen because them niggas was getting clapped, and then America said, all right, We finna end this. Boom, 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 boom. And we killed everybody. And now y'all gotta listen to us now. And then World War II happened, and then we did it again and did it worse. And then the whole world had to deal with it, and they got suckered into it. How we talked about Bretton. I was meaning to ask you when you said they were calling this the third Bretton Woods. Did you read anything that was referring to the second Bretton Woods? Because the reason I was asking that was because there wasn't a second one. There was almost a second one. But the reason that I just remembered that was because that shit collapsed. They suckered niggas into listening to us. That shit collapsed, and now the world just dealing with the repercussions. Ain't no getting out of it until America go down. What they gonna say? Right. What is any country? What is France gonna say? France is the reason Bretton Woods collapsed in 1971. I said that. In 68, they said, fuck it. They're the reason it collapsed. What happens if they say fuck it again? We're going to send hella troops over there and bomb the shit out of them, so they're not going to say fuck it. Russia.
I seen the meme, not to cut you off.
Oh, you're straight.
I seen the meme. It was like, it had a country leader drop the US dollar, and then it had them like dead or something. Like
Literally.
And then they had another leader from like another third world country drop the US dollar, the de-dollarization, and they was murked.
You know that's not lie, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it was like a meme. Somebody just posted all these countries that stopped using the dollar and
died.
All of a sudden their leader just like murdered.
South Africa. I forgot the last name, but the first name was Courtney. The only reason I remember that shit is I was just reading
like,
this.
Damn.
Nigga, it's true. Hey, the nigga in Courtney was the nigga Courtney in South Africa was like the president. Got this nigga out of there. If you Google this shit, it was I was reading about how the CIA kept getting caught doing coups. Like they kept getting caught trying to plans was getting spoiled. So I was reading about Cuba. Cuba was the most times they got caught trying to kill Fidel Castro. The CIA got caught red-handed trying to stage an assassination. Right. If you go read about this, it's an actual breakdown of every time the CIA or the FBI got caught trying to or succeeded in killing a major political figure. And the meme that he just talked about, it is real. It is not a joke. They are seriously doing this.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
You feel me?
But yeah, like that's crazy to me.
Most
like
powerful entity in the world.
Literally.
You feel me? Like niggas do that shit on some
getting you
domestic
off.
shit.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, here it is.
Getting you out of here. That's real.
Saddam Hussein up there, all the Fidel Castro, like
that's
all
real.
Facts.
They never succeeded in killing Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro died of old age, but they tried, yeah. Think about it. They killed Saddam Hussein on TV.
Drop the dollar.
They lynched bro on national television. They lynched him on national television. It was a conference. They celebrated that. The president was at the podium.
Every channel switched to the.
Yeah, they killed that man on national television. But they mad that the Muslims want to kill us. I'm trying to blow you niggas up too when y'all just did that to my leader who put some money in my pocket, who unified my people. Right. I'm finna 9/11 y'all niggas too. Like, think about that though. They not terrorists. We did some grimy shit and they want some get back. Like, they not terrorists. Like, we trying to terrorize you niggas for terrorizing us.
I just thought that was funny.
It is, but it's a serious undertone to it though, you know? Like,
oh man, all good drugs contain true shit.
Man,
keep that drop the dollar. Drop the dollar if you want to.
Facts. That's what. So you feel me? So the whole world knows that.
Yeah, we gonna give you 2%.
Make it happen if you want. Yeah. You finna. Matter of fact, you finna increase your government bonds, nigga. You finna buy more because we said so, and you know what's gonna happen if you don't listen. That's the point we at. Now imagine when we don't got that power no more. Then it ain't so funny. Then it's like, oh fuck, hold on. We gotta really deal with these repercussions because niggas gonna start sending them dollars back. Remember cashing in on cashing in on the bond?
Trying to start coming at us like that, that'd be the road be reversed type shit. China or somebody trying to see niggas on our soil.
Yeah.
You know, fucking with they currency, with the digital one or something.
Yeah.
It might get hectic for real.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad for us. They don't.
For real, yeah. It could.
That's all it depends on the like. If people drop the dollar. That's what I
They
think.
will though, because like I said, all of them are inflating their currency. The only way you offset currency printing is by taxes or interest rates. That's the only way.
I don't really see the dollar getting dropped though. I'm gonna be real.
It's not a choice though. Think about that. Think about it like this. Niggas said that shit about the British pound. Remember, there's no set definition for reserve currency of the world. The very first people to ever have the reserve currency of the world was the Dutch. That was in the 1600s. The Dutch ran shit. Remember, I don't know if you was here when we talked about Dutch disease. Dutch disease is where it originated with the Dutch. They was the first niggas to, like, in the modern era, they got their people going by getting the economy running, being on some real capitalistic shit, like being on some real business shit, some industrial shit.
If they say that everybody sent their dollars back,
right, so think about the Dutch. So the Dutch rose themselves to greatness and then collapsed, and their currency went from being the reserve currency of the world to getting sent back to here. They was the first niggas with boats. We say it was the British, it was specifically the Dutch. They was the first niggas to go get Africans and bring them niggas to here. It wasn't Britain, it wasn't France, it was the fucking Dutch, the Portuguese. Them niggas was the first niggas to go from there, take niggas and bring them back. That means that they had boats. They was the first niggas up on boats. But what did boats allow niggas to do? Travel the whole fucking world, steal all the gold in the world, give niggas their currency. So that's how the Dutch had the first reserve currency. They just gave niggas their currency across the world. Now niggas over there are gonna use it, niggas over there are gonna use it, niggas in Massachusetts was using it. Remember, it wasn't no West Coast. It was only New York, Boston, fucking Virginia, shit like that. So y'all niggas finna use this, and we were using it. The first state to ever use paper currency here was Massachusetts. It was the very first ones to use any type of paper money. Why? Because they was the first niggas that niggas was here with.
That's big in Africa right now. They using a lot of European currency.
Because the whole continent is controlled by Europe.
By Europe, China, all of
Britain, you got British South America. That is an actual term. That is like, that's not fucking French Indonesia or like those terms exist. Where they're like there's a British Columbia, right? Do you know where the fuck that is? Nowhere near Britain. It's like, why? But it's the same way we have American territories. Puerto Rico. We don't call it American Puerto Rico, but it's pretty much that. Pretty much.
British Columbia, that's like a
that shit, it is full of niggas.
Like the Caribbean or something?
Yes,
like
it is full of niggas. It's next to fucking Haiti.
Yeah,
it is full of, but remember, Haiti was ran by the French. All Haitian leaders was trying to bust at the French niggas. Yeah. It's like a tout versant, that type of name. That's a Haitian name. The first niggas to do voodoo and all that shit was trying to do that shit against them French niggas.
Well,
that's how they got famous for that shit.
All my Haitian niggas,
man, shout out to them niggas. They were trying to put their white people down because they got tired of that shit. This ain't French Haiti. Yeah. This is Haiti. Like, fuck all that Brit. This is Haiti, and it stops there. And they had something to say about that. They won that war though. That's how Haiti won their sovereignty. They actually went to war with niggas and won against all odds. One of the smallest armies in the world. Put niggas down.
That's why they so respected to this day.
Yeah.
The niggas is warriors for real.
We ain't playing. But like, yeah, so in terms of the reserve currency, it's like how you saying you don't see nobody de-dollarizing. The Dutch thought that shit in 1600s. The Dutch thought, nigga, we finna be running shit forever. Nigga, it's up and it's stuck.
It's just not up to you, you feel me?
It's not up to you.
When shit hit the fan.
Remember, then the British, they had the British pound. Them niggas thought, nigga, it's up and it's stuck. Man, we were running shit for 200 years.
You gotta think how close we is to some shit like that happening. Like, it's literally countries, like, mobilizing to specifically for the cause of, you feel me?
The BRICS bank.
The dollar. BRICS. That's exactly
all the major countries in the world started their own bank and purposely excluded America. In 2013, America requested to be in it, and them niggas explicitly said no. That was one of the very first times in world history that on a major stage, the number one country in the world was publicly humiliated like that. Remember, all the decisions in the world, the number one country in the world probably created those motherfuckers. These niggas created their own bank. It's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. All of them niggas created their own bank with hundreds of billions of dollars and said, America, fuck no. You ain't getting no voting rights, you ain't getting no bread in this, you ain't getting no seat at the table, you ain't got no say so, nigga.
You forgot the end.
Yep. Google their creation. They literally were created explicitly to not have American involvement. They big on infrastructure projects. They want to build banks and schools and hospitals without America. They want to build pipelines without America.
America into it would defeat the whole purpose of the
literally
organization.
That shit like that is happening.
It's like how like right now, comparably, you feel me, like two different situations, but comparably, you see like the president of Ukraine like begging niggas to join aid or begging to get into
like a NATO.
NATO, begging to get into NATO, begging to be part. They begging to be part of the European Union, and they trying to find a home somewhere. So imagine the foot that was on our foot. You feel me? Now America, we begging to enter the BRICS. Y'all, we see y'all over there doing this. Y'all trying to build infrastructure, do this and that, expand. Y'all combining and expanding into different territories outside of y'all country, and y'all telling us no. You feel me? Like we just got on TV like. They're pleading, nigga, like, fuck with us. We like, we like to get shit done too.
And to show how the times changed, there have only been 2 times in our leadership since we've been number 1. There's only been 2 times where somebody did something without using our currency. Have you heard of the petrodollar? Right, that was created in the 70s. Can't nothing, pretty much, not literally, but pretty much, can't nothing be bought without U.S. dollars. The petrodollar specifically refers to oil, but because oil is pretty much the most necessary thing on earth. Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you this. These niggas created it to where oil can never be bought without U.S. dollars. That creates inherent necessity that the whole world don't use U.S. dollars, right? Well, what happened the first time niggas went against that? That was in Iraq. Iraq was using technology similar to Bitcoin. They were using literally crypto technology to bypass the actual U.S. dollar and sell oil in their own currency. You can Google this shit. What happened to Iraq? We went to war with them niggas for the next 15 fucking years. Well, what happened the second time somebody used something other than U.S. dollars to buy oil? Well, that was Russia. And who did Russia do it with? China. Did we press Russia or China? Fuck no. What happened? We sat, exactly, that was what I was getting at. We sat back and watched something that had technically, in terms of it succeeding, had never happened in history. We had never seen somebody bypass our own rules. We made it a written down rule. Nobody can buy oil without the U.S. dollar. It is literally on paper and agreed to by major countries in the world. Russia said, nigga, bomb us if you want. We not Iraq. We'll fuck niggas up. And America said, damn, you niggas right. That was recently. That was in 2020. You can Google it. That was recent. Yeah. Is America gonna bomb them? Fuck no, we don't have that sway like we used to.
I'm saying like...
So it's realistic to see the world de-dollarize.
We can't be ignorant to the fact that they doing business over there. And they can use what they want to use. They can do business in what they want to do business.
But that always was true, yet they still used our currency, and now they're not. So we have to still acknowledge that there's a change in the times. Niggas could always use their own currency, but they didn't. Now they're saying, nah, we finna use our own shit. So we have to go, well, why? Like, even, let's say we're all wrong. That changed. Well, niggas could have always used their own currency, so why didn't they? There was an advantage to using the U.S. dollar. You go ahead.
No, I was about to say that exact same thing.
So now that there isn't, that's why you see, remember, these ain't 2 butt-fuck countries. This is China and Russia. Yeah, right. The 2 and 3 of world importance said, hey, we created a loophole, and not only did we succeeded, and you ain't finna do shit about it. We ain't never seen the world press America like that. Why are they doing that? Because America can't do nothing about it.
Exactly. Like, how you gonna tell me and another person how to do business, or what we gonna do business in? Like, we doing the business.
Right, but now you have to think about how strategic alliances work. You feel like that because they're over there, it doesn't matter. Well, what happened over... No, think about it.
I feel like we need to strengthen our allegiances and our north.
But
we need to work with South America.
But how though? When they are already agreeing with these niggas, this is what I'm breaking down. America spent all this time, instead of getting buddy with niggas, they hyperinflated their countries. All of South America is fucked up. Why? Because of excessive U.S. dollars. Well, where did they get them from? America. No South American country fucks with America. Argentina and Venezuela have experienced the 2 worst hyperinflations in world history because of America. You can Google that. Now, they have crime not because of us and corruption not because of us, but in terms of one of Donald Trump's last moves in office was to not allow Venezuela to reset their debt. They wanted to reset how much indebted they were. He said no. That sent their currency to like 300% hyperinflation. They were already at like 100 something. Yeah. Dude, we tripping over 7% inflation, and these niggas got 400, 500% inflation, where shit is getting $100 more expensive than it was an hour ago. That is happening right now because of us literally single-handedly by ourselves. So think about it. If we didn't spend years doing dickhead shit like that, China didn't went to all these places in Africa like, hey, we trying to help niggas out. We trying to give niggas lights, electricity, food, water, this, that, and the third. And did it. They got loans, all of this shit, boo boo. Niggas go to Japan, like, nigga, hey, y'all know we don't really like y'all niggas, but we ain't really finna be pressing y'all niggas like we used to, cause y'all the homies. This still Asia. Yeah, like you know who Stephen A. Smith is? Yeah. Stephen A. Smith is a real big New York Knicks fan. Now they got another New York team, which is the New York Nets or the Brooklyn Nets. Stephen A. Smith, he always say the Knicks. He say the Knicks first, New York always. Like, I'm gonna rock with the Knicks. That's who I want to win. But if not them, I still want New York. China looking at it like that with Japan. They like, shit, nigga, it's China over everything, but it's Asia over everything. So Japan, nigga, I know we been beefing, but we gonna bypass that shit because them niggas over there. Remember, Japan is fucked up since the 80s because of who? Because of us. You wasn't here for this. I talked about the Plaza Accord and the Louvre Accord. That was in 1985 and 87. We fucked up Japan's economy single-handedly by itself. Them niggas been fucked up since the 80s. There's something called the lost decade, and it's kind of like a joke because it's not a decade. It lasted from the fucking 80s to now. Their economy isn't really growing. They ain't really making money. Yeah. Niggas ain't losing jobs, but it's like niggas can't afford to fire niggas and they can't afford to hire niggas. Niggas is just barely getting by on both sides of it.
Their prices been like the same.
And it's low as fuck. But wages haven't increased either. So prices being low don't matter because niggas ain't making no money. Prices is $1, but nigga only make $1 anyway. So I want to be able to make $10 and prices still stay $1. That's how economies grow. And they wages have stayed that. They haven't grown at all. That's why I'm saying it's called the lost decade, but the economy has not grown at all. That is because of America. So all of these big countries are fucked up because of America. When you go to Germany and try to make amends with them, well, remember, we had Germany fucked up after World War I. We made them niggas directly responsible for the whole world's debt after World War I. Then we went to World War II and publicly embarrassed niggas. Then we knocked them off the throne from greatness. So we can't really go to them niggas and be buddy-buddy with them. China probably could, because China ain't never really had beef with Germany like that. They didn't fuck niggas' economy up. Hitler didn't rise to power saying fuck China. He was saying fuck America and rose to power. So China could go to Germany and be buddy-buddy. We can't. So now we can't go to Russia, we can't go to Germany, we can't go to Japan. We got Canada. Canada's soft. Canada not going to war with niggas. Canada not really pressing niggas. So now you start looking, where do we really get a lot of our shit from? China, Japan, and Mexico. Well, who the fuck been doing all the business in Mexico? China and Russia. So we can't go to Mexico and go to war with, go and have them on our side when it comes to strategic alliances because they are already locked in deals with them niggas. Whose currencies, who's the strongest currencies that are directly pegged to our currency? Australia. Who's Australia's #1 trade partner? China. Who you think they gonna side with when shit hit the fan? They are not only trade partners with China, who you think they're geographically closer to? Us or China?
Right.
China. So when shit hit the fan, niggas see China got 3 billion army, 3 billion military men over there. Australia gonna make a business decision.
Right.
If we finna watch America, y'all gonna have to sail for the next 3 weeks to get to us. China is right there and ready to press us. We probably gonna side with China. Not y'all. We fuck with y'all niggas though. We rock with y'all niggas, but China pressing us right now, and y'all niggas is too far to do anything. So we don't really got that alliance. Who the fuck is depending on New Zealand? Right? Is New Zealand finna shape some shit when it comes to war? Fuck no. But they'll at least be another help to a larger country, right? So that ain't dependent on them, like a China, who's also one of New Zealand's one of their largest trade partners. So China don't need a New Zealand. They could just, we'll use your extra 100,000 men. You feel me? We'll let y'all niggas be the first ones to die. Americans we would rely on the New Zealand though. You see how it's fucked up? China ain't relying on little niggas like that. We relying on niggas because we can't go to the big niggas and get them on our side. We can go to France and Britain, but what does that mean? That only means so much because they right next to each other and Russia is right there. All of these people are in Europe. So where are we gonna go? Russia gonna handle them niggas by itself. Then Russia and Germany gonna handle our allies right there by themselves. Niggas gonna go to war right there. Now it's America in the middle of fucking nowhere by itself because Greenland and fucking Canada ain't doing shit. They ain't pressing shit. Those are the only big countries that surround us other than water. You know, so it's like, that's why we have control over the land with the Navy. That's why we spend so much on it. And we're like, oh shit, we got we cool. Well, now we don't gotta sail. Right now, niggas sending drones. Now you niggas is in the middle of nowhere, and we finna send drones at you niggas. Yeah, we fucked. So niggas don't want to go to war. We can't go to war. We can't benefit niggas financially by increasing interest rates. So we can't entice the money that way. So we gonna keep losing foreign direct investment. We can't press niggas. We can't bully niggas like we used to. So what do we do? What do we do but acquiesce to niggas? We're gonna have to start kissing niggas' ass. That's all we can do. We are literally at the world's mercy. We did not force QE on the world. The world is allowing it. And at any fucking moment, the whole world can say, fuck it. You don't even have to pay me the dollars that you owe me. You're going to take them back. I buy $1 trillion in debt from you every year. Don't pay me. Yeah. You're just going to take them back.
And then China's smart too because they rebuilding with their money. Like, going other places building. We just spend our
It's called window guidance.
We spend our money on, like, most of the time, war. Like,
yeah, that's it.
Go to war.
Just the military. The military is the only thing in the budget that increases every year.
We not building nothing. We not.
We don't produce nothing. We got BNR.
We lost that in the 70s. That's that's crazy, right?
But just like building shit. You see where our money go, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
I go to the billionaires, go to the wealthy, go to the corporations and shit. You feel me? Go somewhere that should be. You feel me? It stay in the same hands. In the same hands. No, but I fuck with that. Man. I fuck with your little analogy. Yo, Stephen A. Smith to New York. Hey. That was a good analogy. How that nigga Black Zach do it, man? He still be training.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a long time.
Man. Hopefully he took that shit around.
Facts, yeah. Who knows?
Thank you, 3,000 pips to right.
Man, bro, he didn't even know. Just didn't even know. I was amazed. That was the first time I had seen it. So we both sit there like, whoa. Yeah. I didn't trade it or nothing. I just knew it was news. You feel me? So I used to be in tune with it. So I'm just watching and seeing that. All I could remember was just seeing a long line just shoot straight up. I'm like, oh, man.
That shit going on. That shit
crazy.
Ain't nothing better.
But yeah, I know niggas could go all day with that type of shit, man. I know niggas could go all day. We got y'all enough shit for y'all to look up and Google, you feel me? A lot of gems in there, you feel me? A lot of information in there for y'all to dig through. Rewind it, play it back, you feel me? Do your Googles. Get your knowledge right, man. Man, let's get into some other shit, man.
Let's get into some fun shit,
man. How y'all feel about this nigga at the funeral, nigga?
The rapper? Yeah. Have you seen that, bro?
Where he was at the nightclub?
That's crazy.
That was the first time I seen it.
I ain't do no reading on it. I just seen it.
That was the first time I seen some shit.
I just seen it pop up, but yeah, that's the first time I seen it.
That's what we doing for you, Joe. We turn it up. We turn it
up.
We gonna stand you up there.
If that's your shit, bros, I'm there. But if that's what moms wanted,
you put it up.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what y'all. If the family cool, you feel me?
I'm sure the family is the one that got it. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true. They the ones that got to sign off on it.
Don't do me like that. Don't make it real. Don't stand nobody on no stage. I don't give a fuck. I don't even want to know like open.
That's a dead body.
Who gives a fuck?
I think there are two sides to look at this. On one side, we look at it as like a celebratory thing, but somebody is not.
Have you ever
wrong to look at it like that's a dead body?
You can't take it with you, nigga. Like that is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take all of that off of his body unless you plan on burying him.
No, but.
That's
what his mama wanted to do.
Yeah, no, facts. I'm there. I'm with you. That's a fact. We can't say nothing against that. I agree.
I think he was shot or something
yeah.
Like, it was tragic.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're going to
he about to get shot again. He got on a $50,000 Rolex in the club. He about to get robbed.
All jokes aside.
All respect.
Like, nah, that's real though. If think about it. If niggas want you dead and then they see something like that, they finna come back. Like,
but this is my thing about it, cause I didn't read too much into it, but I heard another conversation about it, and it wasn't clear whether or not they rented out the venue specifically for that, or if they just showed up on a club night, you feel me, and did that type shit, like.
Yeah.
I don't even care about that. The fact that he's there.
I think it was a view.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a viewing and that's the event, like we invite a family to come here versus we just popping up in the club. I'm throwing him up in the club. You feel me? The regular club
walk through,
and you just see a
nigga. Okay, yeah. Like, that would be like, why is he moving?
It was that. I don't think
because niggas was saying it was a popular club. I think it was Blizzard or something. Like niggas like I'll be there. You feel me?
Yeah, I think it was a viewing.
You feel me? Like they just got bodies up. Like I'll be there, nigga. Like I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel that. But I definitely would be like, like he said, I'm there. You feel me? If that's what your mama wanted,
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know if I could see that though. Like I would want to be there, but I'm already not a funeral nigga. This is obviously not a traditional funeral. Whatever,
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to see that though. Like I don't know. It would really be like like in the moment decision for me. You feel me? Like I really can't call it how I would feel about that.
Shit,
like,
that's the last time you gonna see, bro. If you ain't, when the last time you seen it before that, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like, shit, that's
know,
life.
man. Yeah. They said, but they said after like you feel me? Because it was a whole like night, like a regular, you feel me, night. So they was there for hours.
Right.
They said around hour 3, 4, like his embalming started fucking up, like his jaw was falling off and shit like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know how much I really fuck with that.
Okay,
they got him standing up like it's a dead body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
he
should be laying down. He can't. Gravity is not supporting him. Like something is holding him up improperly. Because he's standing up.
That's just not
straight up.
At a certain point, it's
like, I'd be like, y'all cut an hour or two.
You feel me? At a certain point, it becomes disrespectful when the body start falling apart.
Yeah, his jaw falling off. Like
at a certain point.
Come on now. Put that shit up.
I mean, you drunk as fuck. Hour 3, 4. You drunk as fuck in there by now.
Hey, the nigga in there drunk can see the jaw fall off. Nigga, what am I tripping?
Right. But I'm saying, like, you drunk, it's like, at that point, it's like, we're not about to, like, make an effort to lay him down somewhere. Right. He up there and
He up there and he's stuck. Up and he's stuck. Yeah, his ass stuck, nigga.
Oh, man.
Man, rest in peace. Rest
in
peace
to that man. Tragic, though, for sure.
Right.
Way too early.
But I fuck with it. The fact that it was him, like, that it was his, that was his wish, you feel me? And it was fulfilled. I fuck with that. Like, that's what he wanted.
He personally wanted
That's what he wanted, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
what that's different.
That's what he wanted. I want to turn up. I want to be in the club, you feel me?
I don't want that, but I want something celebratory. I don't want a funeral. My mama told me that. She was like, when I die, throw a party. Like, throw a party.
I think I'm gonna
celebrate.
You feel me? I don't think I'm gonna go to cremation around me.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't want to be buried. You ain't never see me again. Put me in an urn and let my girl and my daughter take me so I can be in their house. Like, that way I'm with you.
You gonna still be in the crib though?
Yeah, you feel me? I'm still watching shit. I'm still pressing shit in the spirit world, nigga. Like,
we gonna need the ocean or something, man. I don't know. I might want to get sprinkled somewhere.
Yeah. Nah, that's real. I feel that. I want the family to keep me, though, man. Keep me, nigga. Like, I need to be kept. Like how we got pictures up. Nigga, I need to be on the wall, nigga. Like, hey, put me in a necklace and never take me off. Nigga. Like, I'm not going down the ocean. Right. So the fishes can eat my body. Nigga, the fishes and the lobsters finna eat me.
Keep a piece of me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We can have one. Kick my elbows, nigga. Nigga look real. Nigga said keep my keep a blunt or two, nigga. Keep an 8. Keep a .8, nigga. Keep a doobie of me, but you don't gotta keep too much else. Keep a doobie.
Wow.
Cause that's crazy. They smoked Tupac ashes though. The Outlaws. They said they smoked his ashes.
You think that's true though?
I don't. Okay. The kid in me.
They said that like on an interview.
They said that on an interview. They said that on Vlad. I was gonna say the Conspiracies. Yeah, they are on video, not even on paper. They're on video saying that.
Like, that's too close to like cannibalism type shit to me. I don't know.
I mean, we was just talking about spliffs the other day. Like that's.
No.
I'm not saying no. For a nigga who is open to smoking their homies' ashes, they would equate it to that. I, as a nigga who thinks both are foreign, or I definitely wouldn't smoke a homie's ashes. No, I'm not saying I would. I'm talking about in terms of the breaking down of the blunt and having weed and then sprinkle. Remember when we was with that one nigga in my neighborhood the niggas had the crack blunts and I was like, I'm not hitting no blunt from that nigga. And I told you that. We know, bro.
Warned me immediately.
It was a nigga named Carlos.
Nigga, like, don't.
In my old neighborhood, but I didn't know him. I just knew him as a neighbor. Yeah, he was cool in terms of high buy type shit. But I saw this nigga roll his blunt and just dust his shit. Now I know old heads do that. I don't fucking do it. So the first time I seen a nigga do that, I'm cool, nigga. We linked one day. I'm like, nigga, he finna come over here. He was walking. I'm like, nigga, hey.
If you come over here and do not smoke.
Didn't he have a blunt and offered it? I was
Right.
like, no, we cool, bro.
Right.
We just finished smoking. They told him straight up, nigga, we don't hear shit from him. Hell no. Niggas would do that with that blunt though. You feel me, my boy? Straight up, nigga. Like, you know, we don't speak about Bruno, nigga. Nigga, we don't play that nigga straight up. Like, no sirree, not over here. We're like, we're not there. No. You stay over there, nigga. Like, but straight up, nigga. No, we ain't gonna pass that.
Yeah,
keep,
that's
nigga.
funny as hell.
Puff,
man.
puff, keep, nigga.
That's funny.
But niggas would do that with that blunt. In terms of what them niggas is doing, I can see if they rolled him a fat ass blunt and then took his ashes and like everybody just like.
Just a little, not the
Flip
whole.
ash.
not
Yeah,
the
'cause
whole
that's
shit.
ash.
And that's a whole human body. That's hella ass, though. It might be
Yeah.
just for the blood.
Yeah, they probably
That's
dusted
all.
the. Yeah, they probably didn't smoke all. They probably dusted his shit somewhere.
Or that little pinky toe or something.
Right. Give me the nose. Yeah, I'll do a nostril.
Nah, but that was interesting. That's the first time I ever seen. Like I heard about people not wanting traditional funerals and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
But that was the first time I ever seen like a real turn up, like in real life. Maybe on a movie or something I might have seen something, but never like a real life turn up. We rent the club out type shit going up for you. But shout out to him for that. For real, that's innovative, man.
Yeah.
That might be the new wave or something, dog.
Cause you gotta think about it, everybody don't want that sad shit come up,
Facts.
say something about me, like, you might wanna.
No, that's real. That's real though. Nigga got a mirror head to toe, nigga, with the rollie on.
What? Fly as fit.
Like, fuck it. Yeah, that's crazy. But what else happened this week, man? You see that boy Tory Lanez got arrested, man. Arrested and released, nigga, for talking his shit on Twitter,
Innocent,
man.
yeah. Innocent.
And then my boy Elon gonna come through and edit the tweets for him next time. Like, no, we not doing that.
That Tory situation is crazy though.
Why?
Just the back and forth that's going on, like.
I think it's almost over with.
Yeah, but even then, it's been a thing since
For a while.
2019, 2020, and like this. It's like if he did it, if it was obvious, bro did it, he would have been in jail.
For sure.
If it and like and so the fact that it's not, it's like, well, it should be obvious that he didn't do it, but yet this is still a thing in the world. You feel me? Like the world, it ain't obvious to the world that he ain't do it yet.
Listen, these are the police like do this for a living, my nigga. These are celebrities, rappers and shit. These are not professional criminals type shit.
Right.
Like if he bust a gun at somebody
It should
and
be
did
cut
that,
and dry.
it's you know or you don't know.
Yeah, we ain't gotta go
It's
through
not
3
no-
years
it's
of
not no back and
litigation.
forth. Like,
We
niggas
know
really
that
talking
21
real
did this.
crime. Like they finding serial killers and shit. Niggas
Right.
are really out there killing niggas, being secretive about it.
Right,
You feel
right.
me? Like we can't figure out what's going on in this one car.
And this was this was in the middle of a neighborhood.
You feel me?
They were
Like,
damn near in a cul-de-sac.
We don't
like,
ain't no ring
there
camera.
was nobody know what
No
happened.
No
Like,
ring camera. Nobody know
They
nothing.
both been already rented on. So
yeah, you feel me? It's like everybody didn't
That's what I'm
say
saying.
everything.
That's
And the world's still like.
That's a good point though, because she be going off on social. She be ringing off on social media too. So why is it that he get arrested for speaking on it? But she can say
That's
whatever
true.
she
I never
wants
even
the
thought
case.
about that.
I guess because she the victim. But even if you're the victim, if it's a case going on, you shouldn't be able to talk about it.
Right.
On social
And
media. If I can't, you can't.
Everything she's saying ain't aligning up with what's in them facts.
Right.
Academics got the whole like actual court documents,
Right.
and he
He
went
did
on
the
live and
deposition
talked
and
about
shit.
all of it. And I'm like, she didn't. There even with her beef with her label. She beefing with the label, talking about they basically finessed her and they robbing her, but she doing secret deals with the same label, agreeing to like bypass certain court dates, but she on Instagram ranting like she still got actual beef with him. So she being like playing both sides. She making it seem like she got beef with him, but she doing business with him. Like, all right, we can agree. We gonna let shit be easy. We gonna be on teams. Like, you flip flopping. Like that ain't making you look good when it comes to this Tory Lanez shit. Cause now you telling lies in court. You either lied on Instagram or you lying in court. One of these stories is a lie though, cause they different. Now the same thing with Tory Lanez. You was either lying in court or you lying on these Instagram rants you doing because you saying different stuff. Tory Lanez's story ain't changed at all. Bro saying that I don't know what she talking about. I ain't shot shit. She explicitly said Tory Lanez pulled out a gun and shot her in both her feet. She said that sentence. Now you gotta prove that. Yet they don't got no bullet fragments. You don't got no bullet wounds. It ain't no pictures. You was on Instagram twerking. You had a whole concert just days after this event, but you was shot in both of your feet. What?
But you twerking.
Twerking, no. Concert. On stage, concert. Days later.
This nigga juiced up his toe 2 weeks ago, ain't been to work since.
Nigga.
What?
She's working that day.
Have a nigga toe up, have a nigga down. Her ass been shot twice. The recovery time, nigga, like, what? The superhuman ability to heal.
Right.
Or you're lying. Only one of those can be true. You either are a mutant or you're lying. Because that man said he didn't do it, and you have literally healed. Like, it's not even evident that you were shot. You have no bullet wounds because a bullet was never there.
Like, you got no fragments of bullets, no nothing.
Skin, you got 12 layers of skin. You got bones, you got tendons, you got veins, you got all of this shit.
They ain't saying he ain't shoot at you, mama. He might have shot at
you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't go to being shot at it. It says somebody shot me.
Nigga,
it's not even looking like that, though. It ain't even looking like he shot at her.
But you feel me? That's true. But I'd at least go there for and be like, hey, Tori, if you did anything wrong, you need to be equally punished for what it is proven that you did wrong. But I'm not finna go as far as to say he done shot her ass twice.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, she did say she got shot.
She said she was, on video, she said she was shot in both feet.
Yeah, she was walking away.
She actually said, and her back was turned. She said this too. She literally didn't say she was shot in her foot. She said both feet. She said Tory Lane shot her in both feet. Bitch, you gotta prove it. And
yeah, that's a
the cops can't prove it. The doctors can't prove it. Remember, the doctors was the first ones to question this. They said we didn't see
they found out on the news the next day. It was like she got shot.
She got shot.
That bitch.
No, literally.
I just cleaned her feet. She got shot. Like what? They was like,
did she get shot today? Because we just helped her yesterday.
Right.
When did she get shot?
Right.
Well, like, he literally, that's literally how it was.
No, fact.
They was the first ones to be
niggas
like,
showed up to the hospital asking the doctors for the bullet fragments and shit.
They said it looked like glass. It looked like she cut her foot on broken glass. That's what the doctors said.
Right.
That was the medical report that came from when Tory Lanez first got arrested. He got bailed out the same night. He got arrested for possession of a gun. He bailed out that same night. That's what gave credence to, oh my God, he did shoot Meg because he did get arrested for having a gun. He got bailed out that same night. That's what them niggas ignore and act like ain't true. They wouldn't have bailed the nigga out that same night if he shot somebody. Remember, this is in a residential neighborhood. The law says that if somebody is shot, I don't know the feet that you gotta be close to a house or close to a baby, but that's an attempted murder charge. That because a stray bullet could kill somebody. Just like if you shoot a nigga below the waist, that's manslaughter, but above it is also attempted murder. If you shoot a nigga above his hip, you tried to kill him. If I shoot you in your foot, I'm still gonna go to jail for years, but I just shot you. I'm not gonna get an attempted murder charge. That's the same law that applies. I just don't know the feet and shit, but you can't be by houses. Right. You can't be in front of businesses and busting that shit. That's an extra charge on top of whatever dickhead shit you was doing. So you not gonna tell me this nigga is doing some dickhead shit in the middle of a neighborhood, shot you twice, and didn't go to jail? Getting bailed out, that means you didn't go to jail. If you bailed out, niggas put you in processing, you sat in a holding cell until your bail was posted. That wire transfer of 100 bands hit their account, and niggas let you go. You didn't go to jail. Like, that's misleading. He didn't go to jail. He got arrested. Like, that's technically true. Just now when he got arrested the last time in court. They handcuffed him. They put this nigga in handcuffs. They walked him to the next room. He paid the $350,000 bail. They took the handcuffs off of him and he walked out of the courtroom. That's literally what happened. The news will say Tory Lanez got arrested after his court case with Meg Thee Stallion. So the girls gonna be like, oh, he guilty. They don't know. They put him in handcuffs, moved him 100 feet. Nigga paid his fine and he went home.
Right, you already at court. You already at the jail.
There, nigga. Like, so yeah, I feel like, yeah, just like you said, like, yeah, we gonna see if you might have shot at her. Maybe he shot the glass that broke her foot, that cut her foot. But she went on record and said this nigga
It's
shot.
It's one witness who said the shot looked like it came from the other side of the truck where the girl was at.
Yep.
It's one witness. It's just a random white person that don't got shit to do with shit. They might not even know who these people are or nothing. Like, they just at home. They got the life.
Right. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Like,
yeah, so I don't know, man. But we'll see. This has definitely become another hip hop mystery. Up there with Biggie and Tupac, like, who done it, nigga? Who shot you?
a classic case of who done it.
Right. Hip hop mystery for sure.
I want to know, like.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Nah, facts. Oh, what else to get into, man? What else to get into?
I don't know what else happened.
No, man. I seen Tiger Woods played in the Masters this weekend. I tuned in for.
I didn't see it. I heard about it, but
he ain't do
is
too
he doing
high.
good?
He ain't trying to lose.
He ain't do too high. He started the first day. He did cool. He was like top 10 the first day, but yeah, he ain't do too high.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to see him back out there doing his thing, back healthy. You feel me? That's all you care about. You healthy. You feel me? That's a legend right there. However you want to slice it, that's a legend. So good to see him out there being able to do what he want to do, man. But yeah, man. Shit, what else? We got to get in the playoff time. Shit, next time we record, the playoffs will be underway. And today, the last day of the regular season, man.
Man, I'm so mad about that, bro. I'm mad about the Lakers, Bron. This a AL, low key. This a stain on Bron career.
Let's talk about it.
I ain't gonna.
It need to be said.
Yeah, you feel me? This been sitting on me, man. His first year in LA, they missed the playoffs his first year in LA, but he got hurt. Like, they was one of the top. They was like a 4 seed in the league, and then he got hurt and missed like half the season, and then they fell out of the playoffs. You kind of get a pass for that because that way he had a team full of young niggas. I'm like, that ain't his fault. You averaging 28. You feel me? With a team full of new niggas, and you got hurt. We'll give you that. Next year, niggas won the championship. Next year, come back. So that's his third year. Him and his second best player get hurt. Niggas make it to the playoffs. They go out in the first round because niggas just got hurt. They got hurt right before the playoffs started and missed games and then played in the playoffs and lost. You know, so it's like, damn. And they lost to the team that eventually went to the finals. That's you'll take that. You feel me? Like, nigga, MJ got his ass whooped in the first round a lot of times, but it was to the niggas that eventually won the finals. So niggas kind of give him that pass. I don't, he a sucker. But I ain't gonna argue about that. You feel me? So it's like, yeah. But this year, it ain't, them excuses ain't hitting the same. You feel me? And I'm a Brown fan, so I'm like, I don't never want to hold you at fault if I don't think you at fault. But I'm looking like, nigga, this shit on you, dog. Like, fuck all that Russ, because you wanted Russ. Fuck all that AD shit, because you wanted AD. You reason these niggas here. You gotta get that shit done. Now, it is legitimate excuses, and that's the problem. It is legitimate excuses in terms of why they suck. But I feel like them excuses just ain't valid like they used to be. Like, I can't keep giving Bron no pass.
Right.
This shit is staying. If we're gonna excuse 07 and the 2011, he don't get no pass for that either.
Right.
The finals with the Mavericks, he don't get no pass for that.
Even the excuses, like a lot of the excuses this year is still like
they valid.
They valid, but it still is somebody's fault.
Yeah. Like, you gotta play. You gotta step up.
You gotta
like
step
niggas
up.
talked about the Clippers. They didn't have their 2 best players all year and are in the playoffs. I had a nigga tell me that on Facebook. He was like, of course I'm defending Bron. This a couple weeks ago, he like, well, what about the Clippers? He said they won like 6 or 7 games more than the Lakers, and they don't got their 2 best players. And I was like, I said, that's a good point. I can't even argue that. I just left it there. I was like, damn, he right. We got at least 2 or 3 top 10 niggas on the court at all times and getting 30 pieced. That's a problem with our best players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the excuse, we got 4, 5, maybe Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers.
Getting ran
through, you feel me?
by the worst teams in the league.
Say the roster is poorly put together, but somebody put together that
right,
roster. So excuses are like null and void at this point. Like, we gotta get this shit right. We are the Lakers. Like, let's do this.
That's how I'm
together.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, y'all don't got excuses. Niggas, high schoolers can make excuses.
Man,
you niggas get paid $100 million. Fuck all that excuses.
The blame has to
figure
fall
it out
somewhere.
And the excuse can't be, well, they got me playing with.
Right. Like, no.
They got me playing with
figure it out, bro. Like,
figure it out.
This ain't Doolittle. Like,
that's ugly.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, new shit coming soon. New roster, new coaches. Shit, we about to revamp it, man. We coming back hard next year, man. Best believe we ain't gonna stay down too long, man.
Yeah, we better do something.
Man, one of them LA teams might need to move here. They might need that type of.
Yeah. You know we getting a team for sure. They in this certain type of companies that ain't big and popping, but they do all the construction and stuff. They are building out past Blue Diamond. It's a Las Vegas page I follow on Instagram. They posted it. They got there's a new station casinos being built that's on the way to Cali. It's still gonna technically be in Nevada, but you'll see it as if you were driving to Cali. So they building a new casino, a hotel, and resort, all that shit. And then on far out from Blue Diamond is where they building a new arena. That new arena, that in Seattle we got approved. We are getting an NBA team. Like that is factual. They don't know that. Like you still got to go through the expansion draft the same way we got the Knights and shit. They just picked other niggas and free agents from other teams and shit like that. Took a defunct team name and changed it and shit. We gonna do that, but that shit gonna be interesting to see. Like we are getting an NBA team. It ain't no likelihood. It's a fact. Like we're doing it. That shit gonna be crazy. The stadium gonna be done by 2024, 2025. One of those two. But it is like a fact. Niggas is getting a squad. I'm like, woo. Nigga, we get an NBA team. That is gonna be crazy. That's the last thing. We got every other team, right?
Right.
Do we got a baseball team? We got a minor league. Yeah, we don't got majors.
Yeah, we got like the
major league.
We got a minor league soccer team.
Yeah, we got all of that. WNBA. We got NFL. We got some things. We got some things.
Yeah.
We got some things, man.
We got multiple arenas, so like we got space. Y'all can play wherever need to be played. You feel me? Like, well, how many arenas we got? Because you could convert Allegiant into a basketball court if need be.
Too many to count. T-Mobile, T-Mobile, Allegiant. It's too many.
Yeah.
It's too
Thomas and Mack. You can flip
MGM.
all of that shit. MGM.
It's too many.
Facts.
It's too many.
Orleans. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. You could go on and on.
Damn.
It's Vegas. You feel me? We stay booked up. Yeah, it was like a BTS. Them K-pop niggas had a concert here.
Yep.
Allegiant, man, had traffic all fucked up.
I just found out about them. I ain't know. I've heard their music. I didn't know they were the biggest band.
I'm the opposite. I haven't heard the music, but I know that they're the biggest band in the world.
Bro, Melania put me on. So he was telling me, I was like, I heard that they was the biggest band in the world. And so I brought them up because they got like an 18-month military duty in Korea that they got to go serve. So I brought that up like, yo, some band that say they like the biggest band in the world, like they finna go to the military. So I was like, well, who is BTS? Because I know BTS to mean behind the scenes. So I'm like, what the hell is a BTS? I don't know. He never told me that. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what is that? So he was like, nah, that's a group. And I was like, what song do they sing? He played me some songs that you would think you've never heard a BTS song ever in your life. The songs that he played me, bro, there's not a way to sing, but listen, they're the type of songs that are played in movies. They're the type of songs that are played in commercials. They make the music that's in the background to pretty much all the commercials that you see on TV. Whenever you hear like a quick sound on your radio, the sounds in movies, like when the protagonist is sad, when the protagonist is now happy and everybody's supporting them, the happy theme music that play, the soundtrack to a lot of different movies. Them niggas do damn near every song.
That's why they call BTS. Oh my God.
Oh shit. What if that is it? Yo, you might be onto something. Like dead ass, you joking? You might be onto something.
Whoa.
That might be interesting.
Whoa.
But dead ass, like that's the music that they make. So I can't quote some shit in terms of the lyrics. It's the the beat that you have definitely heard if you've seen this movie or that movie. Yeah, and so that's what was crazy.
Like, you gonna hear that lyrics.
Yeah, like these type of movies, Luca and Encanto, all these animated movies, they all get the same niggas to make their soundtracks. That's why the same niggas make the movies, right? That's why all the characters look the same. BTS, all these people, they got the same soundtrack. The same rock bands and shit make their music. BTS is one of the niggas that make all the movies. So all the Toy Story movies, and this is just an example. They don't actually, I don't know that they actually have music in Toy Story. Probably not, because they too young. Yeah. But it'll be like that. There are 4 Toy Story movies, and the theme song to Toy Story, all the 3 top songs, you just know when that sound come on. It's like, oh, BTS made that shit. It's like if BTS made the Family Guy theme song, the SpongeBob theme song, you'd be like, wait, These niggas made this shit that you hear all the fucking time and just would never know. It's like, who wrote the SpongeBob theme song? You don't know that, but you know the song when it comes on. But if I said BTS wrote that, who the fuck is that? That's the music that these niggas made. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, they made this. It was just different movies, different soundtracks. Like, these niggas got a song in all the movies.
So point blank period, they get into that bag.
Getting a dummy bag.
They get into that bag.
Stupid bag, stupid bag.
Basically, you feel me?
Like, it's probably 10, 15 movies on here that they got a song on. Like a hit song on, not just it played. It's one of the top songs on the soundtrack. You gonna hear damn near half this song on the movie. Like, they make music like that. I don't know anything about them other than what I learned a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and in that conversation, I'm like, damn, like they like that. You feel me? The most of their music not in English. They only got a few songs in English.
They like Korean cake.
Yeah.
Pop and shit,
But yeah, most of their hit songs we don't even know because they not in English. That's why it's the beats. The beats go in music. I mean, the beats go in movies. So it ain't they words, but you've heard a song. Like,
I'm sure I have. That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've heard something, but I just can't put them to it. You feel me? Can't confirm that it's them.
Especially if they that big.
right.
Okay. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna check them out, but
Yeah. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't Googled nothing. YouTube nothing.
But you feel me? Shout out to them.
Cool little Hey, get your money, man.
Man, stop fucking up the traffic, man. Get y'all ass out of here.
Right.
Like the highways, man. But yeah, that's all I had, man.
Yeah,
Y'all had anything else y'all wanted to touch on today?
Straight. True.
Shit.
Oh, if you want to still talk about boxing or
Oh yeah, man, there's some good fights coming up for sure.
No, for sure. I watched Ryan Garcia fight.
Oh yeah, I seen his highlights. Was that was his first fight in how long?
Like,
They was talking about his return.
yeah, like in a minute.
Yeah.
Over a year for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say like 2 years, maybe. Year and a half, 2 years.
He came back and he looked easy from the highlights I seen. He looked like he been fighting. Like, he looked like he ain't missed a step. I didn't watch the whole fight.
Yeah,
You feel
for
me? I watched the
everybody that
highlights.
ain't watched the fight.
Yeah.
What was the decision? What was it? The result of the fight?
You said what?
The result of the fight for those that didn't
Oh
watch
yeah,
the fight.
Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Ryan Garcia
won?
put them paws on him.
By what? Decision?
By decision, yeah.
Okay.
By decision.
Okay.
Nah, he was beating buddy ass though. They was like, you feel me? They went to war. They was throwing some bombs. He just was a better fighter. You feel me? Shout out to his opponent though, Tago, however you pronounce his last name. You feel me? But yeah, Ryan Garcia put them things on you, man. Left you lumped up, man. Left you lumped up, dog. But you feel me? He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
He'll bounce back. But yeah, Javante Davis fight, man. Devin Haney got a fight lined up.
What y'all like in the
Davis
Davis
Stevenson.
I don't know about boxing too much. I watch the big fights when they come on, but I don't know about boxing to be like, oh, that fighter, he might beat him up. I don't. I know Javante Davis for sure.
There's a lot of good fights right now. Like, they undefeated people going against each other, like title fights. Like,
Word.
Yeah.
I watch all the heavyweights, all the biggest heavyweights. I watch those, but the other ones I kind of catch the highlight. Like, I always watch the highlights, but I'm not gonna sit there and watch
Devin
the
Haney
actual
fighting
fight.
what's his name? Cambosos.
Yeah, George Cambosos.
Camboso got 3 belts. What, Haney got 1?
Yep.
Damn.
And they both undefeated. That's gonna be
All the belts on the line.
every
All
belt.
the belts on the line, man. It's gonna be a
And Haney a younger fighter. Like he a younger.
So he got something to prove.
Yeah, he like younger than us.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that's why
He like 20. He like 23.
Yeah.
Vegas, you feel me? That's Vegas.
He like 23, and then his opponent is like 30.
He from Vegas.
He trained out here.
He trained out. I don't know if he was born here, but he Vegas. So
He
He
playing-
repping it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was about to ask. Like, is he repping it?
like I be
He
seeing that
repping-
nigga
he
around. You
repping
feel me?
for
I
sure.
see him around town and shit. Like, he
Oh,
be
word?
moving
Oh
around.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he be moving around for sure.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
live out here for sure. His camp,
Word?
his
Okay.
camp out here,
Cool.
yeah, all year.
Dang.
No,
Yeah, that's all Floyd did. Like, he just repped it.
Oh, that's what I want to talk about on the boxing too. I'm glad you just brought up Floyd. We talk about Tank Davis and shit. So it's a little drama going on.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
drama going on, man. You know,
Business.
Floyd supposed to be the guru. Floyd supposed to be the guru. Everybody look up to Floyd as they should.
Yep.
You try to do business with your people and shit. You feel me? Tank, you feel me? And trusting him with progressing his career and shit. You feel me? Promoting him properly. Mayweather Productions and shit. So I'm supposed to be next up. I'm supposed to be your protege, whatever. I got one of the biggest fights of my career coming up against Raleigh. You feel me? And you go and you schedule a fight on the same exact day on some bullshit. You return, you unretire and return for a bullshit exhibition match. This nigga, I don't know if y'all how much y'all know about Floyd shit. He's having an exhibition match on a helicopter pad in Dubai against some random nigga because they offered him a bag. You feel me? It's just gonna look cool. It's like on a helicopter pad.
Right.
The sky in the background, the ocean or whatever. Like it's gonna look cool. It's gonna be scenic and shit. It's Dubai. It's gonna be fly. You feel me? But you know, we trying to promote me. I'm supposed to be next up. I'm trying to get on your level. I'm trying to be the next biggest thing in boxing. Period. I am the next biggest thing in boxing. Period. You feel me? And here you go, you just can't handle a nigga getting the shine and whatever, and you gonna come out of retirement on the day that I fight. Like all of the weekends in the year, you gonna come out of retirement on the same day that I fight, taking money out of my pocket, basically, because I'm losing pay-per-view now because niggas don't be trying to buy your shit. They not buying two. I'm damn sure not buying 2 fights in a weekend. You feel me? I'm not buying no fights in a weekend.
I was about to say, I watch fights for free on YouTube or Facebook.
Shout out to all the black people getting y'all money, man, doing y'all thing. We support the pay-per-views. We fucks with it. But not me.
I'm not one of those.
We support.
Yeah. We
like
support.
I said, we support.
We'll
leave it at that.
You're right, 100%.
You feel me? We'll leave it at that. But yeah, so how y'all feel about that, man? Like how you feel about it in general, man? How do you take it if you in Tank's shoes or vice versa? If you in Floyd's shoes, do you look at it like?
I've seen that Tank wasn't re-signing with Floyd though.
Yeah, they announced that. They been having tension. Like it's been a thing. They argue, get cool. Like, cause Floyd always feel like Floyd doing something slight here and there. You feel me? Like I remember so recently, Tank was in the fight. You feel me? Floyd telling him something in the ringside. You feel me? Telling him something in his corner. Like talking
losing.
Yeah, telling you feel me? Like you losing. Like what you talking about? Like I'm knocking this nigga every. You feel me? I'm just telling you what the scorecard
was he right though? Like was Floyd right?
Yeah. The unofficial scorecard did say he was losing. You feel me? Okay. But it's a way you approach. Like,
definitely.
You feel me? I'm in the zone, whatever. You just run it up on me talking about you losing. You like whatever, like nigga. Relax. You're not my. First off, you're not my ring.
Right, you're not my team.
You're not my corner voice. You feel me? That I want to hear in between rounds and shit. You just walking up because you want to be on camera. Once again, that's the main problem. You want to steal the limelight. You got on $1 million worth of jewelry. You just want to be on the camera looking like you telling me something. Like that's all it really was. You feel me? Like that'd be the main issue. Like you just always you always feel like you gotta steal the shine. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I definitely side with Javante. Like Floyd got a history of rubbing people the wrong way with his antics. You feel like Adrian Broner said the same thing. He felt like he was overshadowing Floyd, and Floyd didn't like that, so he started doing what he doing, and then that hurt their relationship, and AB stopped rocking with him. It's like, you not the idol, you not my superhero.
You want to train with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Like that's Floyd. You want to train, you want to be associated. You feel me? You want all of that.
He want all the shine, he want all the credit.
Right.
And like you can't keep doing these and these niggas are street niggas. You feel me? Like, you ain't gonna keep doing that to them who really feel like.
So do you even have in your head like a case for Floyd? Like maybe it's not malicious. Like maybe this is just the date. Maybe this the date that they said it had to happen. Like you feel me? Like Dubai, I feel the king of Dubai told me this. It has to be this weekend or never.
I feel like Floyd got too much of a history of this. I would have defended him if it was something that one person said. But when things is following you over many years and many different people, like. You rubbing people the wrong way because you doing this shit on purpose. You feel me? Like they look at you as the OG. You brought them in, you gave them a stage, you let them showcase their talent, and now you trying to overshadow them when they finally get big. When they as big as they ever been, now you trying to step on them.
Right.
And that has happened too many times for him to have
or to be a coincidence.
Yeah. Like you are trying to do this, and like how you just said,
which is crazy because you making money off them too. They signed to you.
You
making money either way.
You
just have it's an ego thing. You feel me? You gotta be the front man. You gotta be the spotlight.
That's my issue.
Either way, why step up like that?
That's my issue. That's why I think like you can't defend it no more. Like if just how you just said, they had a lot of issues where they arguing and then they back and forth. in terms of being cool and tripping again. It's like, all right, niggas is going back and forth with you because you're doing something.
And then
all of these people not just mad at you doing something and making them mad.
And then back on the fight, they both under Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, exactly. So why take Sean from you? You make it either way.
And I rock with Floyd. I defend Floyd over
Rolly Romero and Tank Davis, they both under Mayweather Promotions. Yeah, fighting each other in the same fight.
So why would he do that then? Like, you can fight the next weekend. Like, you taking money from yourself damn near. You feel me? Like, you can make that whole bag next weekend from your fight, $25 million or whatever they said they offering you for that one fight. You can make that still the next weekend. It's not like the price go down next week. Like, price might go up. You feel me? Some price might happen with they fight. You feel me? Mayweather production all over the place. Now you can charge $30 million. That's right. Like, you never know.
As a CEO, you got two fighters fighting this weekend. How you gonna take the same weekend to fight?
That's just not good business.
That's not good business. And it's on purpose. You feel me? Like, you doing that on purpose. Can't be. Fighters know their fight date months in advance. They know when they finna fight. Right. Well, I gotta fight July 28th.
Before Tank knows shit.
Literally. So the fact that you have another obligation on the same day, there is absolutely no way that's a coincidence. Yeah. That was planned and intentional, and that's why he posted it on Twitter and then deleted it.
Fighter, though.
Yeah, huh?
That's really his last big fighter. Now
right. Ruined everything. Yeah.
Now he's not even signing back to you. Now you're going to have to keep doing it.
Now you don't got nothing, right?
And I feel bad for Tank in this situation, too. We like, yeah, you want to do what you want to do. You want to be independent or go wherever you feel like you getting the push that you need type shit. But at the same time, Mayweather Productions is the premier name in boxing, you feel me? So leaving that, you feel me, it does take away from your campaign even a little bit. Like, you have the ability still to put the work in and get your name out there, whatever still, but it's just harder when you leave the biggest name.
Yeah, it's the connection aspect.
Not the fact that he's already his last big fighter under Mayweather Promotions. Like, who else is fighting under Mayweather Promotions?
Right, that's what I was about to say. The talent is what make the promotion be a household name. Like, Floyd built it up into being a household name, but then he kept it there by going to get the greatest. Remember, he created that and fought under it. Yeah. The whole Mayweather was, he changed the game by being an active fighter. Nobody had done that. De La Hoya was the first nigga to create some shit and get other niggas to fight under him. He was the first nigga to actively be whooping niggas' ass and fight for his own self. And make it, he in the negotiation rooms with stars and Showtime and all that. Nobody was doing that as an active fighter. Right. He kept it there post-retirement by going to get, them niggas is the top niggas whooping niggas ass, so we gonna go bring them in. Yeah, once you have spoiled relationships with those top fighters, the new niggas 5-6 years later who become the new top fighters, they not gonna, I don't see them also being willing to jump on that bandwagon because they like, nigga, we just seen you ruin relationships with all these niggas. I don't want my career to be fucked up like that. And they might look to go somewhere else where now Mayweather ain't that household name like he was for a brief period of time because he ruining connections.
Yeah, right. He used to fight under Devin Haney. He used to have Devin Haney. He left Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
Now he fight for Al Haymon.
It's history, man.
And Floyd hate him. He hate Al Haymon.
Yeah, but those two options, you either Mayweather or you with Al Haymon.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no more. I see Mayweather like losing his.
You think? He losing ground. Sure. But the name is
especially
still there. The name is still there, though.
Yeah. He still want to be the fighter.
Yeah.
He obviously still want to be the face of Mayweather Promotions. Yeah. So it's like you ain't take that role back, and you not all about your fighters.
Right.
Like, you should be about your fighters promoting these big promotions. Like, big. Really getting that talent, so your promotion last year, like every big fight, every championship fight is gonna be Mayweather Promotion. Right. Like I don't see him building that right now. I see it's like.
I agree. Yeah, it's just ugly, man. I hate to see that shit, dog, because you just hate to see that shit. Like, you want to see us be able to do business with each other properly. You feel me? Make money together, feed our families together and shit, but. It's just ugly to see that, man. Any type of separation within the community, the boxing community, the black community, you feel me? All of it, you feel me? Like, it's just hurtful to see, but hey, life goes on, man. He learned from me, you feel me? Start his own shit, be bigger than Floyd, you feel me? Like, young niggas is running boxing right now, like.
I feel like you should.
His name
don't side with nobody. Sit in them rooms yourself.
His name big enough now.
Yeah,
you feel me? That he good. His name big enough. He could navigate this shit on his own for sure.
Negotiate his own contracts. I don't think he need nobody promoting him or.
No, yeah, the fans don't speak for him at this point. Like the fans don't make sure we see him in the ring with whoever. You feel me? Like
all he need to do is keep training.
That's it.
And if he does have the choice to put himself in that CEO role if he wants to, like
everybody want to be a boss, man. You got to.
Right.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I think that's a wrap. Y'all think fellas was starting to think that's all she wrote. And okay, then that's the final chapter. So yeah, this has been Finlit Footsteps Podcast, man. I don't even know what's this episode like. It's not the dub, is it?
I think it is, because last time you told me I had 2 18s, right?
Okay.
I changed the last one to 19. It was either 2 17s or 2 18s.
Yeah, so I want to say this episode 20 right
here. Yeah, I think
man.
it is 20.
20.
Say that.
Come on, man. We out here, but yeah, you know the deal, you know the drill, man. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, man. Check us out on the audio on all the platforms that you fuck with, Apple, Spotify, all of that good type of stuff, man. And man, tune in next time, man. It's your boy Dear Bear with Flair.
The Ooch.
Yes, sir, man. Paper dog. So yeah, man, until next week, dog. That's that, dog. We'll holler at y'all.
Dang.
You turn it on first. You gotta turn it on first.